since 1991. Birds and people are living together in seemingly perfect harmony, until one day a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope everybody's having a wonderful, beautiful day today, boys. How y'all doing tonight? Hope everybody's having a good one. We got ourselves more duels this evening, and probably one and done for the week, just because patch 11.2 is almost here. I don't want to burn out. I feel like, me personally, I am getting to that burnout stage myself, so I don't want you guys to burn out either. I know everybody's different, but you know what I mean? I just want to have some duels tonight, slam as many games as I can, and then we'll come back in fresh for 11.2, bring the NA team together along for the ride, right? Start doing NA games as well. And yeah, I'm just excited for new stuff in general, man. The weekend cannot, I mean, I'm saying this right now, like, the weekend can't end soon enough, but it's like, dude, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that out loud. Even though I work. And I do videos and YouTube and basically play games all day, but I still should not, like, shit talk weekends like that, man. People need their weekends. You know what I mean? I still hold them sacred, at least in my eyes, at least in my heart. You know what I mean? Yeah, no, seriously though. Listed, boys, we got ourselves some games tonight, man. Get in there, get in the groups and LFG. Ah, it's loud. You guys can hear how loud it is. I just know that it's loud when I first hear it in my ears. I know that it's loud after it goes quiet. Alright, let's do... Yeah. For patch 11.2. Here EU. Sorry, doing YouTuber stuff in the background. I didn't make my posts. I did not make my posts. But I appreciate you guys being here. Hope everybody's having a wonderful evening, by the way. Let me hop on. Let me actually hop on. Here we go. Dude, I've been playing way too much Diablo while waiting for a new patch. I don't know why I got into Diablo as much as I did. But then I also... Dude, I need to buy the new expansion. The new expansion for Diablo. I just never bought it. But it has content that I'm just missing out on. I'll do it next season, I think. I don't know why I've been enjoying Diablo as much as I am, dude. I don't know why. Hopefully whenever PoE 2 officially comes out, I'll give that a go, dude. Maybe that'll be my go-to. Who knows, right? I've never really been into ARPGs, dude. But then playing a season of Diablo with Jake got me, like, super, like, warmed up for it. It's actually kind of fun. I'm not even kidding. I don't even know why I enjoyed it as much as I did. Alrighty, now hopping on, boys. Here we go. Hopefully OBS picks it up. We are here. Let's get some games going, and we'll try to spam out as many as we can tonight, man. That is the purpose of our existence here today, is to spam as many games as we can tonight. Also, we got some new stuff over in the trading post, so get it, boys. Also, enjoy the last month of summer, man. Technically, I know for some people, summer ends are like towards the tail end of the month, not quite at the end on 30th, but still enjoy it. Enjoy while summer lasts, and after that, we'll have some fall weather, and then we got Christmas, which is super fun. Oh yeah, also, I don't know if you still can, but do the Mr. Padari intro, because you get a free mount. It is a green serpent. It's kind of cool. I don't think it's as cool as the golden one or the blue one, because this one is essentially kind of free, as long as you do the event. I could see that outfit being good, maybe like on an orc. It looks a little mishmash, but otherwise it's not bad. Some random dude linking outfits. Let me know when you boys are both already. Let me know how the groups are doing right now, real quickly. And then we'll get it up and running right now. Somebody said nice warrior mug. Yo, let's take a look at the new stuff they got for training posts, man. Oh, they even got the trial of style too. That looks terrible. Who is this person? Oh, trial of style quest guy. Okay, I see. I see. 3 or 5? Rick and Saya versus 5? Nah. We gotta get you guys full 5, man. Give it a second. Group is ready, waiting for Rick to come out. Sounds good. Sounds good. Me, Rick, and Saya versus 5. No. Wait until we got a full 5-man team. I think that'll be better. Wait, hold on. Getting invited. Okay, apparently Rick is still trying to get a group together, so don't worry about him. Give him like a second, yeah? Give him like a second. What's up, Jake? Dude, I was just talking. Bro, yesterday I almost splurged to just buy the expansion for Diablo. I had to hold myself back. I hopped on because I was just like waiting for a video to render and upload. And I was like, I'll just hop on Diablo because that's all I've been doing for like last couple of days. Just roaming around. I was like, goblins are still up, so I might as well kill a couple of goblins here and there. You know what I mean? Might as well kill a couple of goblinos here and there. And I was like about to buy the expansion, dude. Because I was just like, you know what? This is super annoying. Not getting like... being able to just missing out on like mats and stuff, because apparently you can get a lot of mats doing the tribute runs or whatever it is. I don't have any experience with it. Apparently just super rewarding though. I was like, dude, it just it's gonna be on sale soon. Expect 2 is getting announced around August 19th. Son of a bitch, dude. Really? What is that coming out? Can I bundle them up? What the hell? Hey, Dal, looking forward to the next batch hype. Yo, same, man. Same. Dude, I'm like stressing about it now, but as soon as 11.2 is going to come out, I'm probably not going to care anymore. Just to have a little bit of free time on my hands, I've been having fun just grinding gear. Bro, I've gotten like 3 Starless Skies rings. One of them is 2GA. I was like, you know what? Okay, I killed a bunch of goblins. I got a bunch of boss mats. I'm about to go farm it. 3 Starless Skies. One of them is 2GA. Of course, I kept rolling to try to be like, okay, well, I already have one. Oh, 2GA. I guess I'll keep this one. I'll scrap this other item that I have. Oh, another one. Oh, good. Just one Harlequin. Swear, mid 2026 are more likely D3 will bundle together and cheaper. It's more than likely D3 will bundle together and cheaper. Yeah, hopefully, man. Hopefully, it'll be all bundled up. Whatever, dude. We'll see. We'll see. Like, if it goes to like a crazy like $10 sale, I'd probably do it. Like, if it's $10, I think it'll be worth it. But damn, dude, I feel like just keeping up with the meta, and it's not even my main game either. That's the problem. It's not even my main. That's a cool set. I actually like that combo. Yeah, classic. Alrighty. I was just gonna take a look at what else we have in order to for the training post, man. I haven't even looked at any of this stuff. So we got the Grandmaster's Royal Board. That's pretty cool. I don't want to mount special animation. Sure, Kenem sounds good. I wish I could see. Oh, there's like a horse under it. Wish you could see the top of it, but I guess the only way to do that is to play the mount special. We got the ensemble. I like this one a little better. The classic checkerboard. You know what I mean? I like this a lot better. Then what else we got? Horse. Staff. Another horse mace. Another staff. More axes. Oh, different recolor. Jammies. Sweatsuit. That's a sweatsuit. It looks like pajamas. Shield. I actually like the shield. I like how it like floats. Eye patch. Classic midnight eye patch. Wait, is that higher quality? It's only 50, dude. That's worth it. Classic snowy eye patch? Bro, easy buy. Easy buy. I think I'm gonna go full attire though. I like the, yo, that's so cool looking. Why does it look so high quality? They're gonna expect like because of the impressed reduction on gonna buy patches. Eye patch looks sick. So we got the war skirts. They've been really doing war skirts. I wish they were like not super patchy looking how they look here, but yeah, the masks. I like the black and white they got going on with the whole like chest event or whatever. What is this? Slippers? Okay, that's just shoes. And then we have the return of these mounts. Weren't those available for weren't these both available through like Twitch drops? I guess now you have to spend 600, bro. I wish. Good luck to whoever needs to spend that. 600 is a lot in my opinion. I'm gonna buy this full attire here. Probably gonna buy that attire on. Actually, I don't even know if we're gonna buy on over on an A side. A lot of these items do look good, but I don't really know. So we need one for this team. We'll be good to go. Waiting on Rick, I think. Yeah, we can wait on Rick. I don't know how long he's gonna be in the shuffle. Over Twitch drop mounts 0th anniversary. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I already got those. Pretty sure I got all of those already on my what is it? On my main, over on the NA. Simple. I like that actually. A simple like starter warlock outfit with a hoodie and a staff. I don't hate it. Alrighty, let me do this. Let me do this. Let me give it the eye patch, dude. Black eye patch. Yeah, I wish I had a weapon to match it, but I don't think I have one. So we're gonna go with this golden gun. Look at that. I don't hate it. It's very like, it's just too whimsical for me to actually use it and take it seriously. But it's not a bad looking set. It's just a little too whimsical. But it's kind of neat. I mean, running on this character, I'm fine. I just can't imagine myself running this is like, this is my mog. Barrel? We got barrel. We got everybody for you plus. There it is, buddy. We got you, everybody, my man. Okay, you're gonna have to delist an LFG. I passed your lead. I should have delisted then passed. Did you see the Shaman World Galleon boss loot at 85? No, I did not. Did you see my Shaman got Galleon World boss loot 85? Did you actually? What'd you get? I did not see. Told myself, wanna play Shaman him up again. You got the Spark Master's girdle waist? Yo, I didn't know you could get that as like a low level. That's kind of sick. Yeah, is that high item level? Relatively to the raid. Is that like normal difficulty, heroic difficulty, item level? Like what am I looking at here? I don't remember the item levels for world bosses from MOP at all, so I don't. But like, I know the world boss in War Within is like champion track, so at least I'm like, oh, it's basically a champion track. What is it that equivalent to? Is that like normal raid loot? Or a little higher, a little lower? How good is it? Ace Mastery seems like solid stats. Red Socket for even more Mastery doesn't seem that bad either. But I don't know what stats are. Like, what are the good stats for Shaman? So you tell me, man. That's funny though. Are you gonna play it? I guess you have to now, right? You actually have to play that character now. Alrighty, boys. Plus, let me know when you are delisted and I'll send it, yeah? It's Terror in the Springs normal gear, which is highest item level right now. So it's actually higher item level than like Mogreshan bolts, you're saying? Hold on a second. It's higher item level than MSV? Bruh, wait, is that real? That can't be real. That can't be real. Bro, if that is the case, that is sick item. That is a sick piece of loot. Alrighty, boys. We are here. Plush and Johnny Boy. Chat, I am gonna try to see if I can spam these duels back to back to back tonight, yeah? We'll just try to get through as many of these as possible, right? There we go. I'll make sure I have sound on and everything. Am I gonna have to re-queue? Plus, did you make sure to delist? Because I forgot to delist, you would have passed your lead. So if it is still has you listed, I'll just hit the queue for another arena, because that one is gonna be bunk. Yeah, let me take a look at the trading post while we're still in this queue thing. Look how everybody's out here, dude. I love this. How everybody hangs out and like look at the mogs, passing stuff around. Actually, I want to see what Trial Style. What does EU have to offer with Trial Style, dude? All right, a captain. That's kind of okay. It's a Valparis. Is that it? Is this the best that you can offer? There's no shot, right? What's this one? Literally full set. What about this guy? Also, store set. Really? I mean, I guess this is kind of neat at least, but like... It's heroic, MSV atom level and fully upgraded. Oh, that's... Bro, wait. Wait, is it? Hold on. Wait, it's 7 animals higher than base MSV normal gear. Wait, it's actually just better than a base MSV. That's pretty good, man. PTR duels. I would have loved it, man. Would have loved it. Thought it was arena pop. Got a guy in arena. I thought it was arena pop. Okay, hold on. We got we'll do blades. Blades edge immediately. Let's do shoulder on. Let's try that. Does that with the helmet kind of work? Kinda. Just not a fan of the helm. I like how the Argent Dawn EU realm is just passing around Mogs. Kind of love that. Get to NA and EU and PTR. True, but like EU then has to deal with giga lag. So I don't know who would have fun with that, to be honest. I don't know who would have fun with that whatsoever. Kind of like this Mog. Wait, the black and the white and red is kind of sick though. I don't hate it. On DH, I actually don't hate it. Normally those two colors kind of clash together though. Bro, should I just do a pajama set? I think I'm gonna do a pajama set on an A. Just so I can have like a sweatpants. Just like a chill outfit. Yeah, I don't know if I'll buy like a full Grandmaster. I think I will buy at least one. Full Grandmaster set. Black and white actually looks kind of cool. Just neat. Better thing about Shum is that no junior max duel, so doing 90 with 3, 4, 8 pieces instantly. With 3, 4, 8 pieces. Wait, what does that mean? But Shum on a junior max duel, so I ding with 90 with 3, 4, 8 pieces. I don't know what that means. Try again. Okay, that cue didn't work. Let's try Rook. We'll try again. Okay, Toblerone worked. I don't know why. I don't know why, but it worked. I have no idea why, but it does work for some reason. All right, if I gotta check if I got trial style. Yeah, dude, trial style. I actually like trial style a lot. I don't win a lot of them, I don't think, but I like the event. Like, the event is actually pretty dope. I think they should do more events like that, right? Like, trial style should be something that, like, I think having it be in limited time events so everybody funnels into it at once. I feel like if it was always active, we'd be waiting there for a queue. But if it is an event that's active for a short time, everybody funnels into it to get new stuff. I like stuff like that. Right, oops. Which? Oh, you got raid gear. Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Wait, like NG crafted gear? That's pretty good. We got Ella over for the team too. Gonna be first up with Lemon in the back. We got us Natty with Nelface as well as Rick back in with Kedem. We gotta be first up over for the team one. Opener by LOS. He's got himself the full Bishop set. You know what? I have not finished the erotic quest line at all, dude. I have been delaying this thing and I feel like I should do it before 11-2 at this point. I got that and I gotta get my mech mount from Dels, dude. I have not done it at all. Can't ever just rotating from Bobby to Bubble, not giving Ella even a chance to recover, but Ella's still barely alive, flying up in air, but does get bonked down. Did not connect with the hunt. I feel like if Ella got the hunt off, there would have been enough leech, enough self-healing to barely survive. But I'm actually surprised. I didn't think Adam would just rotate from immunity into another immunity onto Ella like that. That is so rude. Absolute rude. Stun onto Lemon does go for the trinket. Nothing can hold this man back. Full Fist of Fury. Massive kick at him. Does get knocked up in the air for a second. Big cleave by the way. Kamash's combo reversal. Lemon making sure to secure a kill there with Plush. Is it going to be Plush next? No, it's going to be Saya next. Look at that dude. I like the crowd. I like how he decided, you know what? I don't want to just be like, just a piece on a chessboard. I want to be the king if I am one. Don't want to look like a bishop, dude. It looks like a full-on castle, man. Castle coming here. We got also the Mighty Ben as well as Beryl also joining back in. Saya versus Lemon though. I feel like this is gonna be rough for Lemon. This actually is gonna be really, really rough. Nice set. It actually does look cool. I hate how whimsical it is because I feel like it just doesn't feel like WoW, right? Even like the checkerboard pants, it's way too clean, man. It's like actually bright white clean. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like none of the armor sets in WoW are that, like, bright when you think about it. But, like, it's a proper good set. Immediate forge stun, as Saya immediately just spamming that Hodge, stunning without even looking at the guy. Lemon tried to see if he can have himself a proper go. Stun to Saya, trinket right after for Saya. Just trying to see if he can keep himself on range. Saya doing a lot of damage to Lemon from a distance, able to close that gap with Celestial Conti, forcing a lot of pressure onto Saya, knocking him up in the air. Maybe a bubble here. Can he get a bubble out of him? That is a lay on hands. Might be able to get a bubble out. Blind, Zuen is still in play, Images are still in play, there's still a lot of pressure, a lot of potential damage. Lemon, I don't know if you have a defensive, does have a karma, but it's a full wake of ashes. He's trying to see if he can maximize it, he's gonna have to bubble it. Bubble, Lemon needs to back up out of there, but literally his ghost is the only thing that left that arena. That is so rough. Man, I don't know if he had any damage following up after the, after that blind. But that Hodge definitely put him in a bit of a rough spot. With Karma, I feel like he should have just had a runaway strat immediately. Karma, expect the bubble, just sprint out of there instantly. I feel like that's about all you can do. You cannot Karma low, unless you're gonna run. Or if you want to Karma high just to force a bubble, you have to be full health, I think. That's the only way to do it. Rick getting all the pets up and running little by little. Got the demons up and running with a Tyrant Overlord jumping in with an Axos on the side. Has himself magic immunity, but hey, a lot of the damage of Rick is just straight up for your physical. Try to see if you can back away from those pets, but the physical damage these two Felguards are doing is plenty enough, man. Plenty enough. That spell Bob doesn't do anything but stops a maybe AoE fear, stops a mortal coil, stops some actual hard fears. But that physical damage, let's take a save is huge here by the way on those fears. That is massive. That helps him out tremendously. Still got plenty of pets. Does Rick have a port though? Got himself a hand to go down to force out the Pit Lord with a stun. Trades a Hodge onto Rick, however. Does give Saya a bit of a breather for a second. Is not able to go behind the pillar whatsoever. Has to stay out there. Tyrant to follow. Maybe lay on hands going back here little by little. Hopefully use it early enough. Will not be able to go for the Xander racial to heal himself with the regenerating. Unless he maybe hodges the pet and insta starts regenerating, or blinds the pet and starts regenerating, that's about all he can do. Rick trying to use the Eye of Kilrock in order to pull the pet back because it'll be someone next to him. That's a Doom Guard walking behind the pillar. Does he spawn last second? That could have been the end of Saya. That Doom Guard by himself would have been terrifying. Full pets are in. Tyrant losing his mind, not sure where to go. Actually starts to get a cast out. Wait, Tyrant had a brain. Tyrant had an idea. He had a brain blast for a second. Dude, normally the Tyrant just gets confused and starts walking around, forgets he can range. There, he straight up had a brain blast. I was like, wait, I can cast spells at Saya from a distance. But I don't know what Saya can do in this situation. Does he have lay on hands? That is the only thing that could save him. He does go for the blind on his pets. Try to get a Wake of Ashes onto Rick, but immediate AoE fear. Can he hodge him? Can he lock him down? He needs something here. Lay on hands, is it available? Axe toss, is the lay on hands available? Succubus does get himself lay on hands. Can't smother, barreling down at you. Do you have enough survivability? Because you have no mana. Hand of Freedom keeping this man mobile. But is this going to be enough out of Rick? Rick has a wall, he has a trinket, he has outs. And he has a full-on Tyrant yet again. Saya 40 seconds on bubble. If you can cluster all those pets together and go for Wake of Ashes, that'd be huge. Wake of Ashes on the pets, that would have been amazing. I think you should have waked earlier. Does use Wake, stunning the pets, but a little late. Shield Divinance up on Saya. Fear spam out of Rick. Just needs 20 seconds to live. I think at this point he plays defensively and lives. I think he has to play defensively. He's looking to end this right now. He's looking to end this. I think he's playing with fire. 17 seconds, Saya. Just play defense, my guy. I don't know. Oh, no. I feel like if you play defensively, you would okay. But he's just stuck. His Scrutiny, the way immediate forward plus, try to see if you get on top of Rick. That's a lot of damage on him. Vanishing out. Rick trying to pick up the eye. No trinket available. Wall is up. Does wall. Can fear out plus unless he cloaks us. Does he? No, he doesn't. Plus just got himself full stun secured. With the Evoker going to be up next. Natty has played versus Plush multiple times though, but every time Evoker does not have an easy time versus Rogue at all. Upheaval, knocking him up in air, blind to follow, does go for the trinket, advantage for the Rogue. I don't know if he has dots. He doesn't have dots. He does get hit with a breath. No, he does have some kind of a dot. He gets hit by breath of fire, but usually during a tip the scale, so it's instantaneous, instant damage, not a lot of burn, lots of initial immediate damage though. And plus, looking to escape here, got himself a complete reset. Normally, Evokers do not have an easy time versus Rogues at all. You're just a little squishy if you can't pre-wall a Rogue's go. Like, you just take way too much damage. Does get a defensive. That is a Shadow Strike out of Plush. This is going to give Natty an opportunity to live. It does pump himself with armor using the scales. That is going to help him a little bit here. Got a bit of that recovery going on. Let's try to see if he can back up out of the hit and a run. Where Natty wants to go aggressively now that they got wall and everything. Wants to go in there. Cannot. Has to wait until Plush gets himself another go. Eyes are not available for either side. So for Plush, he's actually in the best spot that he could be. What is that enchanting going on? That's not Shadow Blades, is it? Or was that Shadow Blades? What was that effect, actually? That looks sick as hell. Like the shadowy effect around your blades. Unless it's like a enchant or something, which I don't think it is. That looks sick, though. Natty does have a pre-wall, or shield at least up. Armor increase. No pre-wall for this one. It's going to take a lot of damage, though. Do you live this? Immediate cheat death. Plush is just going for the kill. That's the thing about Rogues, man. It's just too much damage. Evoker is tanky if they compress the defensive, but if they get locked down to stun, they're like a hunter, right? I actually feel like they're just as survivable as a hunter. If you don't have a pre-defensive, you can die in a stun. On the PvP mount this time. Which one? Gladiator one? Next season? You should go for it. I think they'd be awesome, man. Okay, I don't think Nelphys is doing this on purpose. He's Frostbolts. I really don't like the jackpot and the random tiers since we got this patch. They were fine at first. And I like the Outlaw one because at least like you have better RNG. It's not active, but it does improve the playstyle. But the actual like random jackpot procs, it's just like the fact that it's set so RNG and you can't really control it on other cases isn't ideal. Nelph is just getting absolutely shredded. Plush is going in, dude. He's out for murder right now. He's trying to see if he can take down Nelphys here really quickly. Is he going to be able to? Because he'll then have 3 under the belt. He has to have the Warlock who was limping, barely alive. What's up, Zippy? How you doing, fam? Hope you're having a good one. Nelphys, though, does not have a block anymore. Wait, do you? Wait. You should, right? Is he just dead? Secret technique? Alive? Did you block twice? Or did you, like, cold snap a little early? I'm not even sure. I feel like you should have a second block, but I'm not sure. Don't forget the illusion, but you can't forget the Gladlock. You got it, man. That mount looks sick. If you ever wanted to be like, you know what, this is my time. This Gladiator mount is mine. This new one that they got going on is actually sick looking. You know what I mean? And there it is. Plush making that comeback. Took out a Warlock who was limping. However, it is still a very, very tough Warlock to fight. Take down the Evoker. And this Bastion Mage with absolute ease. Get us another going, boys, yeah? Plush, as well as Johnny, let me know when you guys are ready. As soon as you send me the go-to, we're going. But yo, if you're not going for the mythic raid mount, you gotta at least get the Glad mount, dude. These are some of the coolest mounts we've had in ever. Wes Legend, bro. What's up, Marion? How you doing, my guy? Are we at 680? 680 something, right? Oh, wait, aren't we 690? No. Are we 700? We are big 700 though. Wait, are we 610? Are we 800? Okay, we're 865, dude. We're reaching 1,000, dude. About to get that 1K in recordings. I gotta clean them out, dude. I gotta reset. I gotta do an item level squish for that. Set it back to 0. I gotta. Okay, let me just pull up the chat because otherwise I can't see. Ready? Ready. Beautiful. Yeah, we're getting a little too high up there. I mean, he was going for 3K, then turned him up. You're gonna go for the 3K? Yeah, 3K mount is also pretty cool looking. They're pretty cool. I wish they weren't like just one is like blue purple, the other is like red purple, right? Because they're way too close to each other, man. They look a little too similar. At least like you have the KSM mount and the the Keystone Legend mount in season 2. At least it has like one is a red paint and the other is like dark fused paint with like different headlights. It's like different enough. It looks sick. It looks like it's a recolor, but like it's kind of sick recolor, you know? While the one in season 3 is like they're just like one is slightly more blue but mostly purple, the other is slightly more red but also mostly purple, and they look very similar. Like they don't look different enough. Like if one was like showing up like bright yellow while the other was like, I don't know, green, then it would be like, okay, actual differences. But you know, which got ourselves holy Saya over the team 1. So this whole Xandamog, dude, we got Flush, we got ourselves the Mighty Ben as a Beast Master Hunter versus Elo, and they're missing somebody over on the team too. Hopefully they're just loading in. That or Rick or Lemon are just gonna have to be a one-man army. Mighty Ben immediately getting cleaved down. Turtle Shield together with every defensive available. At least I think it's every defensive. It doesn't really track the wall defensive, so I have no idea if they have available whatnot. Stun. As long as you keep Elo dotted up, they'll be in a good spot. What is this eagle flying thing? What is that? I haven't seen that in like ages. Full stun out for Elo. Just absolute melting, man. You might him have enough damage to try to do a couple of cleaves. It just does end up taking him out. Elo, I actually got a question. Are you playing that emulation or build a Demon Hunter? Is that what you're playing by chance? Because apparently that thing is nuts. I've seen clips of that thing, dude. ICV's posted an article on it. Apparently all you do is put up immolation and you just melt things with just immolation. Flying up into the air, launch it up. It's actually got himself lances that do about 2 million damage a pop. So they actually do a lot of damage. Wall out, barrel does drop down a volley for a second. Elo was just out of reach of that volley. Needs to find a way to get a stun onto barrel. Next aim shot, or rather next rapid fire, does get hit with a full rapid fire, unfortunately. Taking him out, with Lemon going to be up next. In cap, there's going to be a stun out for barrel. It does go for a pet sack. I don't think it's going to be enough though. Feign death for a second, does get himself a heal. Turtle Shell as well. There's also going to be a bit of that, not exil, because he used exil. Wall? Does not have wall for us, or at least one charge of wall is available. Wait, are you Sentinel or are you Dark Ranger? I actually cannot tell. I actually don't know. I actually don't know which one he is. I don't think I've seen him use Black Arrow so far. Trap onto Lemon is perfect though. Does close the gap either way. Does not have a stun. Saisu wins to follow. Does get himself at least a bit of defense. And touch and death actually was very, very low in terms of how much damage he was taking. It does end up taking him out. Saya going to be up next by the looks of it. I think they're trying to figure out who's going to be next. Or is Skedam just trying to res it? Probably not worth resing. I wouldn't res. It's going to get confusing, my guy. I wouldn't res. It's going to get very, very confusing. If anybody should res, probably should be somebody on team 2, right? Probably. Okay, well, Mighty Ben is back. I don't really know. I guess they're just going to not participate, I guess? I have no idea, to be honest. As Fist of Fury flying out, but Lemon does get a knock up onto Saya. Full burst and everything available. Trying to see if they have some a bit of a rematch versus Saya. Last time Lemon and Saya went out each other. I mean, the Paladin won. Paladin being one of the better 1v1 classes with just the amount of immunities and raw defenses. And also when you play the Herald, the build, I just noticed you mount. You got one? My man! Just the amount of raw dot damage you can do with that is just a lot. You know? Especially in the 1v1 case scenario. Lemon uses Slacky just to get himself out of dodge and try to catch up as much self-healing as possible. Lemon is just basically playing around cooldowns. He has to. He cannot fight Saya out in the open without having a defensive up, because this is going to happen. You're just going to get chopped by a Wake of Ashes, full Dawnlight on you, and now you're just melting even as you go behind the pillar to try to land a heal or two. You have to use the defensive in order to get some kind of a damage going onto Saya. Saya with a Blessing of Saint, that is going to be a Karma. Blessing of Protection, Lemon got to find a way to survive that. Does he have any mobility? Needs a heal. Does go for a defuse just to stop the bleeding for a second. It's going to be another port. Needs another heal, but Saya just has him right in his sight. With Natty gonna be up next, got himself full immunity to the NECC out of Saya, full deep breath to follow. You have the damage, you have the big knock up. Saya trying to just figure out if he needs to bubble. He might be have to bubble if Natty got enough damage, but look at the damage Saya's done to Natty. It feels like Natty is the one doing the aggression here. but they're having to not play defensive. Got himself a lot of healing. That's the Renewal Blaze keeping him alive. Interrupted on that Ammonite. Can't even buff himself up right now. Natty just going for as much mobility as possible, trying to get out of dodge as quickly as they can. Picking up a little bit of healing, stun around the corner. Saya does see a trick out of Natty. With the Wake of Ashes, does get a dot into Natty, and they're just gonna walk away. Natty's just gonna melt. Couple of hammers to go. Cheat death right after. Living Flame barely keeping him alive, but I think there's just nothing that can stop Saya in this situation. Yet another hammer down, and it's really down to Rick to try to see if he can hold the fort here for his team as best as possible. Blessing a sake right before the fear. Still is gonna get the fear spam either way. No, actually, Bub is still available. But other immunities are gone. Poured out for Rick. He just needs to get the most amount of pets onto Saya. And just let the pets do damage while he stays super far away from the Paladin. If he can deny any kind of Dawn-like damage, that would be great. Does rip his soul out of his body. Reduces the damage Saya can do to Rick for a good bit, which is going to be super helpful. Overlord jumping in, but a bubble out for Saya, catching up a lot of healing. Rick needs to get himself a proper gateway. Does go for the wall here. Gateway is available. Try to go for a few spam into Saya as he's looking to double back behind the pillar if at all possible. Do you have an axe toss? I don't know if he has an axe toss though. He is going to send the pets either way. Saya's now left with not a lot unless he's got to lay on hands. If he's got lay on hands, he can actually just play it super defensively here and potentially take him out little by little. Just chip away at Rick with a Dawnlight stun. Wake of Ashes is going to should be able to go double Dawnlight here. Is going to go for double Dawnlight. Mortal Coil. If you had a lay on hands, that would be the best time to use it. Does use lay on hands. Rick is just dead. Yeah, Rick is just dead. There's nothing that can stop him. He set up a Dawnlight. He knows he wins this if he just lives long enough. It'll be okay. How we doing that? What's up, guys? Hey, doing my guy. Trying to host some of the final duels before 11-2, man. How you doing? Josiah and John, and let me know when you guys are both ready. And hopefully we'll have a proper 5-man teams for either one. That was a little scuffed. But the next one will be it, boys. Yo, we're at 860, right? Yeah, 866 duels. Way too many, man. I'll try to see if I can get these rendered out over the weekend. If I can take care of all of these. And get basically my... What is it? My Saturday through Friday pre-rendered ahead of time. Then I can delete all the audio. I think it'd be nice to clear. What's up, boss? Excited, my man. Get muted for a week for typing. Stop fucking complaining and play the game in Rate to BG. Stop fucking complaining and play the game. Wow. Yeah, you know, I don't know. Bro. What is there to mute? What is there to mute? Dude, Blizzard, come on. Blizzard. Yeah, if that's all you said, I'm gonna take your word for it. If that's all you said, I don't think it's mute worthy. What's up, reviews my man? I don't think it's mute worthy. It's not like you called somebody a dummy. Is it because what? Because you said fucking? That's the funniest thing too. Is like if you just said stop complaining and play the game, one word taken out, I think it probably would have been fine. That's so silly, dude. I didn't direct that at anyone. Yeah, it's just, dude, it just adds a word to garnish complaining. You just added some garnish to the word complaining. I don't think that should be bannable. I don't think it should be mutable. I don't think it should be mutable. People in an RBG, you're just adding some seriousness into it. That's so dumb, dude. Let's just put that in chat. That's so dumb. Maybe that's why they have a ping system. You know what? Whenever I do get annoyed with somebody, I just put a warning ping on them. I don't do it that often because I don't want to be like super toxic. But if somebody's being like super like tox, I just hit them with a warning. Just let's ping them with a warning. Like I that's all I do. Like that shit took me my motivation to play the game. Yeah, being muted for like, yeah. I don't know, man. Sometimes you have to. Yeah, it's so dumb. It's so dumb. Look, should Blizzard be a little bit more you know, because I feel like what I heard about WoW for like the longest time, playing WoW. Anybody that doesn't normally play WoW, like people like, I remember when Final Fantasy was like really played a lot and really talked a lot about. I'm sure in some circles people still play a lot of Final Fantasy, but I feel like at some point, if you were a WoW player, you couldn't escape somebody talking about Final Fantasy at some point. FFX 14. right? Because people always compare the two MMOs. And the common thing that I've heard forever is like, oh, Final Fantasy, everybody's so nice and welcoming. And WoW is so toxic. And it's like, okay, well, you know, if people feel like WoW is so toxic, then maybe Blizzard should do something to curb some of that toxicity. You know what I mean? If people call each other names or whatever, or being derogatory to each other, or like maybe just being to, I don't know, absolutely mean to like new players that have no idea what the hell they're doing. Probably, these are the things that I think we probably can agree on. Like, probably should be happening. Probably not good. But like, I don't know. Guys, it's not toxic at all. Did you just go play on Warbane? We're glad to get to experience Trade and Baron Chat of old. Bro, Trade and Baron Chat, it's like the early Call of Duty days, dude. Like, that's where I grew up around. The early Call of Duty games where, Call of Duty lobbies where anything and everything was said. Halo, COD, right? I remember when the original Modern Warfare came out, dude. I'm that much of a dinosaur. I would come from school, hop on Modern Warfare. People would just shit talk each other and troll each other all the time. Some people would get mad, but it was really just really funny the entire time. It was actually super, super fun. Just to do some shit talking. Don't know if a lot of toxicity take place off platform. Yeah, but I also heard like FF5, like just I don't want to get into like a big topic about it, but I also heard that there's a lot of like toxic positivity with Final Fantasy, which just can be even more toxic experience. Because there's a lot of like content creators that came out, they're like, oh dude, this is the expansion, because the game is like very story heavy. Gameplay kind of takes a backseat to the story in some cases. But like even the story kind of sucked this expansion. Like a lot of people didn't like the character, because it was like normally you are like a very important character, but then the story made you a side character and you're following this like cat woman that's like insufferable and nothing makes sense, and like the story is off the rails. It's like they forgot to do, like the story just, people felt it was super underbaked and didn't deliver. So, but then it's like if you say anything bad, people would get super toxic because they're talking bad about their favorite game. So they have like, if WoW had a problem, I still feel like WoW to some degree in some places still has some toxicity, but I don't see it. I don't experience it like as a regular 24/7 type of deal. You queue for a random dungeon, everybody just shit talking to each other. I just don't experience it, so I don't really know if WoW still experiences that, to be honest. Blush, by the way, are we ready, my guy, or no? I've been waiting on you the entire time. Ready? Question mark? Or are we still making a group? Oh, sorry, I really just been waiting to see if you're good. Because Johnny said he's good. But yeah, I just don't experience like ridiculous amount of toxicity over in WoW. Then again, maybe just me doing YouTube or whatever, right? Maybe, you know, there's a good chance my name maybe gets passed around and somebody joins a dungeon and they're like, wait, is that Dalaran guy? And if maybe they're regularly toxic, they're like, they want to be on the good behavior. God forbid it's going to be part of the B rule. You know what I mean? But God forbid you want to be on, have a crash out and get a clip. So maybe that's part of it, right? Maybe my experience is going to be different than your average Jane and Joe. Need one? Okay, we need one for Johnny. Groups listed over in the LG. There we go, boys. Join in. The word will leave nowadays. Yeah. Yeah, I do think people... I do think... Yeah. Like, dude. Again, like I was saying, I was around during like the early Xbox days, dude, where anything flies. And like, you either... There was two options. Either you took offense and you cried yourself to sleep, or what happened to most people, you were molded by it, forged into flames of absolute toxicity, grew some thick skin, and learned how to banter. Because at the end of the day, it's just words. It's just, they hit you here, but you're fine. I know mental, health is very, very important and whatnot, but like, I don't know. I do think ever since those days, things have been like softened up for the next generation pretty badly. And it's just like, I don't really know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want anybody to just get harassed or bullied or whatever. But probably like some bullying, just a little bit of bullying, just to get that personality in check. Probably healthy in doses. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying people should just get bullied. Too much of anything is too much. But like, how do you temper a sword? You gotta put it in the fire for a little bit, right? Just a little. Just a little. You put it in the fire for too long and the thing is melted. Doesn't really get much. But like a little bit to temper it. And the person's second octave, I reckon these days. Dude, I maybe. That's very, very possible. Yeah, because I grew up without pills, man. I wasn't on any medications, really. Antidepressants, ADHD, none of that. There's a good chance I have. You ever just think of like, you're just constantly... Because I was always kind of like a fidgety kid, right? Like, you know, some people that are smokers, they just have like the leg bounce. They just can't stop it. I've always said that like since I was young. So if I'm just sitting down and I just like have too much energy, my leg just starts bouncing. I can't help it. You know what I mean? Definitely snowflakes now. To some degree. I feel like the word snowflake, however, have been politicized so much that I don't like to use that. But I get what you mean though. Yeah, I guess that would be a good word for it. Yeah, I think it's objectively fair to say that generally the perception of the public is pretty soft. Most people are probably pretty soft. Or grew up soft. I feel like they grew up around a soft environment, but they can handle more than they think. Yeah, I'd love to see on his Jack Boss gear from 8CON veterans, bro. Yeah. Not trying to make it a big discussion. We were literally just waiting until like Johnny gets a +1 over for duels. Let me see if I can get somebody else. Let me see if I can get somebody to beat it. Because we got last duels of the night, and I want to see if you can get a couple. Does Ash want to join? Ash is leveling. Vidako? No. Lindrone. What about, because I imagine a lot of people are probably doing the final push, man. Is the final push week. You know what I mean? Wrestling House probably pushing, I imagine. Rick is in. Mint is in. Vlad? Hold on. Go Ares? Hey, man. Want to join 5-star duels? Evie is down. Zakati? Oh, her. I am her. I like that. And the way you're saying what as I'm doing it. Look, ain't no way you're saying that as I'm doing it. Yeah. World of snowflakes. I do think that is something that is an internet problem than more than anything. Like, people being sought, I feel like it's more of an internet thing than in reality. Like, look, whenever I go outside, whenever I go into public, whenever I talk to like people around where I live, I feel like everybody's so normal, right? Where jokes are still fine. And people are not really super like super sensitive. You know, people are very surprisingly reasonable, I feel like, on average. At least where I live. Wait, what is this? Blizzard has announced major discounts on War Within, Warcraft RTS, and game character services. Yo, hold on. Game character services? Get back in a fight with 50% War Within. Hey, if you haven't played, man, that would be a good time. 30% select services. I mean, a couple character transfers is not that bad. Patches for 5V upgrade. I like the set. It looks cool. I don't know if I'd want to do that. And then RTS. Warcraft 1 remastered. Warcraft 2 remastered. Warcraft 3 Reforged is a little bit, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I feel like Warcraft 1 and 2 does seem kind of dope, though. Alrighty, we're good. We are set. Invite, spectator, match, plush, and Johnny Boy 5 in the grand one. We haven't done the grand at all, have we? Yeah, there we go. Sorry, plush. So tomorrow will be an 8. Tomorrow is no duels. Tomorrow is no stream. Absolutely. We are, I like your name, but I feel like every time I end my sentence with absolutely, when I'm like, tomorrow we're not doing duels, absolutely. And it's like, wait, is he saying, are we doing duels? Because you wouldn't say absolutely. You know what I mean? I'm like, my brain gets confused, but I like your name. But yo, absolutely. Now when I respond to, I'm like, yo, absolutely. It sounds like I'm saying yes, but abso. Let's do that, right? Abso. Shorten it for a second. No, tomorrow we're not doing any duels. Tomorrow I'm not even streaming, I don't think. I think what I'm gonna do... Oh, I see what you mean, the item levels. And the boss gear for 96. Oh, I see. It's actually not that far from each other, is it? Yeah, it's 496. That is crazy. That's awesome, though. Yeah, no duels. I think we're going to take it easy until 11.2 is here, because I feel like otherwise you're just burning a hole through it. Lack of content. I feel like joining in when there's some new content to enjoy is probably going to be more fun. Personal opinion. You know what I mean? Switch. Is that what we're called? Zippy Brew. His name is Brew. I am gonna go with that. Oh, I like your mog. Wait, I actually like your mog a lot. We got ourselves Rick. We got ourselves Natty in here as well. With Pludge gonna be up next. Why? What's wrong with that name refuse? Am I missing something? Yo, Vlad versus be back. Is he joining in? I can, bro. Nice. Hold on. Wrong thing. Nice. I can see if there is a spot after I am talking while Natty is getting blasted out. Does try to give himself a deep breath. Ultra Plus does not connect. That is going to be Cloak of Shadows with full Kingsbane. All the damage. Natty just has to go for as much healing as possible. Natty just needs to get up Natty. But that is a Kingsbane, no death mark. Time skip for Natty. Does not have a trinket anymore. Blush has a trinket, but no more Cloak of Shadows. So for Natty, if you're ever going to get yourself a proper chance at a rogue, now would be the best time to do it. Full dots are in. Does Blush come in with death mark? He does. Natty, there's actually an ability. I don't know if you have it. Do you? I think he did use it. I think he used an ability to remove dots. I think he does have it. I forget what's it called, but there's an ability that evokers have that just removes bleeds. And you can just remove a 2-minute cooldown of death mark with like a 1-minute CD. It is wild how good it is. I forget what's it called, but I think that's what he used just there, because otherwise I think he would have been melted. But he does survive. Kingsbane coming back for Plush very, very soon, so I think Plush is going to wait until Kingsbane is back up and available. And at that point, I think Natty would just have to have a go, because this is about as best as it can be, and otherwise you're just going to be multiple dots. You do have Renewing Blades walking up very, very soon, so you can get a lot of healing. Get this shot with the Kingsbane. That's a lot of damage. Back to back Kingsbane. Back to back damage. Fire Breath out for Natty. Try to go for a knockup. Eruptions to follow. Got himself at least a damage primer. Will need some healing. Gateway. I don't know how to feel about you using gateways, but there it is. With Plush get himself a bit of a reset behind the pillar. With Natty. Trinket coming up in 30 seconds. Plush still has access to his trinket. In 30 seconds, he's going to have a cloak back up. Natty's at least able to sit down, get himself a little bit of food, a little bit of mana. I don't really know what's going on yet. Is it mana and food? Or is it just mana? I think it just might be mana and the rest is just passive regen. That or some kind of like a passive evoker regen. I'm not sure. But does have a wall. Eyes are available. Plush does not have a death mark or Kingsbane, so he's going in with a bit of a gap in between his cooldowns. Cloak very, very soon. For Natty, if you have a go right now, this would be the best time to do it. Deep breath, does connect. Plush gets stunned. Cloak of Shadows immediately. Natty, if you have any damage to follow up afterwards, this would be the best time, I think. But Natty might just need to back up out of there. Nullify Shroud is up. If you can catch the rogue, this would be perfect. Eyes are available too. So you go for the eyes right now to find him early. This would be perfect. He has himself a knockup. He tries to go for a that's a sap though, unfortunately. Sap's out of the road to remove the shroud. Natty taking lots of damage. Kingsbane is in. Deathmark not in yet. Natty, do you use the dot removal or are you gonna wait until Kingsbane is up? Fire Breath back up. Still able to do a little bit of damage. Eruption actually just crits Plush for a bunch. And the flyby evokers are doing damage too. Eyes are up. I think Natty would have to pick up eyes. He needs info. Also, if you have rescue, if you want to rescue Elo, Lemon, Rick, or Zip, just to make sure you get a shield, you'll be good to go. Renewing Blaze? No. Well, there's a Renewing Blaze that gives you a way to heal after you take damage. But then there's, maybe I'm thinking Cauterize. It's Cauterize. Cauterize is something. Cauterize is something or just Cauterize. I don't remember. I'm gonna look it up if I can. Or, no, I'm not. I'm gonna wait until this duel is over and maybe look it up after. Cauterize and Seer, something along those lines. Full Deathmark is in. Not if you can remove those dots, would be huge. If you can remove the bleeds, that would be perfect. You gotta remove the bleeds. I don't think he was able to. Or was he? Knock up with the Plush with a Fire Breath right after. Run to follow. Eruptions are gonna hit. Let's try to see if we can back up out of there. Natty got himself a bit of the renewal. Plush is out in the open. I don't know if Natty can do anything here. Does move out of the way. Time skip to get some cooldowns. That's gonna be huge potentially. Got himself a bit of shielding. But Mike could get interrupted. Needs a heal. Cheat death right after. Got himself tip of the spear, so that's potential lots of damage. Nullifying Shroud. Gotta catch up to the rogue. Eyes are available in case you want it. Does try to see if he can catch behind. I don't know if he was able to connect. Deep breath and since everybody but the rogue, unfortunately, is gonna back up out of there. Again, if you need to rescue another group member in order to give yourself a shield, you are allowed to do that. If you have to rescue off of somebody else, you are allowed. Garrod bypasses the shroud. Cheap shot spam out for Plush to make sure he's got the dots. Kingsbane is in play and it's over. Natty played this as best as they could, but I don't think there's a way. Caught Rising Flame, that's the one. I don't think there's a way an evoker can beat a rogue. There's just no way. Maybe as a devastation and you can catch him with like a full burst when they add a cloak, right? You gotta just get a little lucky, but there's just not a lot of ways to beat one. Disappear flying in for Lemon, got himself images smelled by Plush, and he's able to walk out of there, but he's slowed. Eyes are up. Maybe if Natty picked up eyes, maybe there would have been an opportunity to like catch the rogue. Time for Lemon to roll over lobby. Well, let's see if he can, man. Blush is no slouch either. Kidney shot, trinkets out of it. That's going to be in cap. Blush has himself an evasion in case he needs to. Cheap shot back into Lemon. Have himself evasion he can follow up with. We'll need that evasion. Oh, but the problem with evasion is you cannot turn your back to the other guy at all. You have to be facing him. A lot of rogues do this to him, and notice, is they'll evasion and they'll just run away. And it's like, bro, you're basically throwing a cooldown into the bin. Like, it does nothing. Too many rogues use the evasion and they'll just churn away and they'll run away. I never understood it. I don't understand it. I guess maybe a lot of people think, oh, I'm just dodging. Maybe they should just let you evasion while having your back turned to the guy. But I feel like that wouldn't be good for PvP. Because then, like, getting behind somebody and being able to land a kidney shot like that, I mean, it's pretty satisfying. Not gonna lie. You know what I mean? Spin cranking is through evasion. Wait, does it? Chat, I need the confirmation. The spin and cranking actually hit through evasion, because if that's the case, then it wouldn't have helped. Then it wouldn't have mattered. That's crazy if that's the case. I always thought, because it's a physical hit, right? But honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. Certain things do hit through evasion, like a shockwave. You can't dodge a shockwave, because it technically is a ground thing. You can dodge a storm bolt because it's directed at you, but I don't think you can dodge like a shockwave. Yeah, does end up taking him out, unfortunately. Yeah, if he has clones, you can't avoid it. Oh yeah, clones will try to get behind you, to be fair. To be fair. The Mighty Ben gonna be up next, trying to see if he can get himself some go. Pets are attacking who? Wait, what is happening? You're attacking wrong guy. I think he realized it. He started Rick. Maybe he tagged accidentally to wrong guy. Mighty Ben. Is he lost? Does he know that Lemon is behind him? Or is he just like staring at Rick to apologize? I'm not sure. Does he see him? Does see him. Okay, he is aware. I just want to make sure. Lexi Ben is going to be a bit of trouble unless he goes for a trinket. Does not burn a trinket. Just as the turtle gives him a bit of defense. But there's going to be... Wait, he's still trinketed? What is your trinket? I think Ben is having some trouble today. I don't really know what he's trinketed. Yeah, no, Ben is definitely struggling a little. Unfortunate. But he's down for the count. Saya as well as Barrel are the last ones left over for the team 1. Lemon so far has gone through 3, and he actually took out a Paladin fairly quickly. Was it him that took out a Paladin? Yeah, it was him that took out a Paladin. Wait, when did he take out a Paladin? I feel like I looked at the chat and that missed an entire duel all together. That's going to be a stun. Barrel does go for an Explode into an incap. Does he have Leg Soup? He doesn't have Sweet. Turtle, that is a Karma. Barrel just has to survive this for a little bit. Wait until the Leg Soup is available. Lemon got himself a Condi, so you can do a lot of damage with that Condi. Especially now, Barrel does not have a defensive. No Turtle, taking all the damage. Lemon just rolled him, just steamrolled him over. That is a lot of damage. Messiah gonna be last one left over the team 1. He's gotta find a way to chop right through Lemon and through the rest of the team, dude. He's got Brew, he's got Ella, he's got Rick. If he goes from Lemon into Rick, I feel like that is gonna be his hardest matchup. Just because Paladins and Warlocks are a little bit more even compared to like a Pally versus a Demon Hunter, or Paladin versus a Warrior, because I feel like you just bot yourself and then Warrior can't do anything, right? As long as you have a decent enough defenses to work with. But with how many times I've seen Saya bully Warriors, yeah. I don't think it's a matchup that a Warrior can win in most cases. Lemon has got to play very, very carefully. He has no Karma, no Defuse. I don't know if he has a Fort Brew, but he essentially needs to make sure he has a defensive for every single Hodge of Saya. He needs to have a defensive for every single one of them. So if you're going to be out in front of Saya, you have to have a defensive. You cannot be out there with dry, no cooldowns, because that's going to be a Wake of Ashes and everything. Saya try to see if you catch some damage. If you can get close enough to get a Hodge, I mean, even look at the range damage this guy going on. It's decent. It is very decent. As Lemon is waiting for CDs to be available. I guess no Fort Brew. Too bad I can't track Fort Brew for one reason or another. Hodge, no Trinket. This is going to be rough for Lemon. That's a lot of damage for him to take. He has to have a response. I don't know if you can like reflect the downlight back at Saya, but that would be extra helpful. You just try to see if you can maybe use survivability just to live with mobility and Vivify's alone. I don't know if it'll be enough though. He needs to find a way to get away from Saya completely. In cap and then try to heal maybe. Does land Alexiu. A bit of damage to follow. Karma to reverse it. It is going to be bombed by Stellar. Still can't do it. Burns right through it. Hold on a second. Saya does land a Hodge. Lemon with a trinket. Let's see if anything to follow up. He does have a defuse. Able to gain some of the magic damage. There's a bubble out of Saya. That is all the immunity. Hold on. Saya just spammed all that immunity at once. Lemon, if you ever had a chance just to win here, this could be your chance. Hold on a second. Oh, this guy's a monster. Holy. The bomb. But Condi able to break through it, so he bubbles it, and he barely lives. How are you alive for that? He should have had full immunity, running you down, diffuse, keeping him barely healthy. Maybe with a 4B overlapping. That was wild. That last one in particular, I honestly thought this is where Saya comes in and sweeps it, right? No, 11 wanted to go for a clean one. Gotta love that. Let's get another one going, yeah? I did not think you were gonna live that. I thought it was over. I thought maybe you'll be able to get some cooldowns on him, but I didn't. Had zero. If I were to a betting man, I would have lost a big bet. I would have bet everything on Saya there. Don't underestimate a monk. No heals for me. Oh yeah, dampening is really, really high. That is fair. Need one? Okay, we got one. Plush has an open spot in LG. Ray's Legacy under Molten Core. Okay, so Vlad, I did tell Vlad that you got a group. It potentially can get you in. Johnny's ready. Plush is gonna need a +1. Plush is listed. Oh, he's gonna need a couple actually, +2. He's got a couple of these. Free skip. Come and get your mount. Should I do that too? Just do some free skips for people? Is that for Mythic? I guess it is for Mythic, isn't it? That is so nice. Yo, somebody go get that free skip, man. Get another chance at a mount. What are the chances for the mounts originally for Gul'dan? Nighthold, Gul'dan. What is it called? Gul'dan. Nighthold, Gul'dan drop rates. These Inferno is a rare drop, while the Fiendish Hellfire Core, which I guess is the OTC or Mythic, is guaranteed on Mythic. Yeah. Go down drop rates. Around 1% on normal heroic difficulties and mythic difficulty, it's a guaranteed drop. Except it's using old info. But I'm guessing it's also about 1%. Are they all about 1%? Some are lower. I know that they are lower. Ella's needs 2 minutes. That's so good. Yeah, we can wait for Ella. Because we're still getting a +1 over for the team plush. I don't know if Vlad is able to join or not. But yeah. No, guys, you were right, man. Time for Lemon to roll the lobby. Yeah, he did do it. He actually did do it. Who else can he invite, man? Boy. Oh, does he have boys down? I'm gonna message him. Go damn toilet seat? Bro, it is a toilet seat, isn't it? I don't even hate, I feel like call it a Gul'dan toilet seat. As much as I love Legion, initially I was gonna be like, no, it's not a toilet. It is a toilet, dude. It is a toilet bowl. Like even this like circle here kind of looks like a toilet bowl. And the way that you sit on it is like you're sitting on like a throne or like a toilet. Yeah, I could actually see it. I could see it. But it's such a cool mount either way. I love this animation of like how it takes his head off and tosses it and comes back in. I do think it's cool as hell. But yeah, it's like wearing like a toilet seat. 100%. Why does it do that? I guess we want to find a way to like put a what is it, a seat on an Infernal, but it's kind of like hunched over instead of it's at the top. It still is a cool ass looking mount. Is there any other mount that uses the same model? It's just like a grounding model, isn't it, though? It basically is like a modified Gron, isn't it? In a way. But not quite, because these guys actually have the fists on the ground, but I guess you would just take the arms or the fingers. Yeah, it would float, right? Kind of. It's like a modified version. Wait, do I have this blue one? No stable big enough. No stable big enough. I didn't realize there was a blue one. Big. Stable. Big enough. How do I find that? Hold on. Collections, mounts. Yetis are 1000% same model as grounding. Oh, the Yeti, yeah. Yeti. Well, let me look. Because they don't move the same way. Challenges War Yeti. No, yeah. Yeah, no, they're definitely same model. Yeah, because you look at this, and then you look at Gron. It's same skeleton. It has the same breathe animation, but the jaw is lower. And I'm pretty sure its animation of moving around is different. Although the run cycle as like an NPC is very, very different. Very different. But I think it's adapted though. But you can see the same breathe cycle and everything. Even the look animation, yep. Do you know that grounding is kind of like a modified Gron? Is what you would get for the bear form. When you look at parts of it, they basically took the skeleton and then completely changed parts about it. But that was the basis. Let me just look at it. Ready? Are we ready, Plush? Ready. Beautiful. Send you guys into a rook, I guess? No, we did rook. Hook. Rook, hook, and a book. Is that a blue 400 mounts? I have no idea. I was trying to look up the achievement. No stable big enough. But it's like, it doesn't say anything. I was trying to see if there's like a mount achievement. But like when I look up no stable big enough, I can't find it. Maybe it's the same thing as the dragon achievement. You know how like when I look up the dragon achievement, when I look at the Emerald Drake, it says it's one achievement. But when I actually want to look it up as an achievement, it's like a completely different achievement altogether. Yeah. Mac, I'll work with the Growling Bear form, please. Look, I don't know how. We actually had this discussion the other day. Like it was a guy pop in like, "Yo, hope they expand more races for druids." I was like, "What would you want?" And they were like, "Orc." I just can't imagine Orc or even Maga Orc as a druid at all, unless if they get that tree form, like the trees in like the Ever Woods, or you know the kind of like grassy dungeon. Maybe that I can imagine. We need like a different feral form and bear form though. Completely different. It needs to be something from Draenor. But even then, I can't imagine it. It's just too weird IMO. But yeah. I know the druids definitely do need more like race class combinations. More playable options, but I just can't imagine orcs. Which? The Smirska's back in? Hey, let's go. The guy's just charging out. No stealth needed. I love the classic look he's got going on. Vanishing out as Rig, backing up out of there, just letting him kind of run circles. And Summon keeping him out. And the open still Mortical immediately connects. Gouge to trade. The Smirska taking a lot of damage. Cloak of Shadows still taking a lot of physical damage. DF fates to reconnect with yet another cheap shot. Axe Toss, however, does shut him down with yet another fear. I don't know if Rick is giving us Smirska any opportunity to recover. Does have one more Vanish. As long as he doesn't have dots, might be okay. Vanish? Is he gonna go for a reset? I don't think he wants to. I don't think he wants to, dude. I think his mid is out for blood. Cheap shot in a super DR, however. He does have evasion. I don't know if he will use it. Probably wants to. I don't know if he's probably thinking, what am I gonna do evasion versus a Warlock? But those pets do physical damage. There's enough physicality where it's gonna be rough. And like Doom Guard, there's just nothing he can do. This Smirska just absolutely clobbered from even the angle from all the mini bolts, man. Man. Arakar. Wait, Jericho burn people for booming form? That would actually be sick, but they're not necessarily like... that would look cool, but I just can't imagine still. Just because the Arakoa are their own people. Imagine it's like... Hold on. Barrel down with a full rapid fire. Dude, it'll be just like, imagine if a gnome became a druid, right? And it's like he went cat form and he becomes a night elf. That'll be what that would essentially be. Because the Rakoa are not a beast. They're a humanoid. Just a bird humanoid. You know what I mean? I get the idea. It's kind of like Zandalari and the chicken form that they get, right? I like that. But that's like a night elf trying to become a feral, or a gnome trying to go with feral form and he becomes a night elf. You know what I mean? It's like, at least in my brain, that would make sense. Oh, Saberon! Wait, actually, yo, if they did add Magar druids, sorry, if you're watching this duel and you're like, what the hell is happening? I've been having a tangent with the chat of like, what other races should they add for druids? And they were like, what about Maga Orc? And I'm like, I couldn't see it. However, adding Saberon for Maga Orcs would be sick. You know what? I approve of that one. Mordecai sent that onto Barrel. As I got a couple of hand guns maybe around the corner, Barrel got him some bit of defenses. He needs so much more damage to break through the defenses of Rick, but he just does not have the health to do it. And Rick is able to run him out in circles around the pillar until he's out. Melkor joins back in. Oh my goodness, Melkor. I love how we get all the people that are blasted from the past. Nismirska and Melkor is back in, dude. What is happening? That is so good. I love it. Melkor does have mobility. Nova onto all these pets. He technically has a lot of cooldowns ready. It is going to get locked out of Frost. That is unfortunate. I don't know how he's got an interrupt while he was still stunned. I am not sure how that happened. I think he probably human racial, but the game kind of had a bit of a delay. Try to go for a knock into Rick, but he just glides away from Mordecai onto Melkor. Melkor, he does get himself opportunity to go for a setup. That is going to be a full set of pets. Does sound somewhat defensive though. Without alter, breath onto Rick, probably right after. As long as the pets can stop his cast, he might be able to get some damage out. Is gonna go for missiles onto the tyrant just to get himself a proc. Axe toss as he tries to go for a little bit of that shifting power. Knock back on all these pets. As long as he gets some shield and has himself a go, try to see if he closes the gap with Rick. At some point, he's just gonna have to go for full cooldowns. I feel like he's gonna have to use one of these pets to enable a surge of power. You're just gonna have to hit him with a burst just to get himself the buff, and then go for Touch of the Magi. Does have the blinks available, as well as Ice Block in case he ever needs it. Arcanosphere for a second, that should do decent damage when it connects with Rick. Touch of the Magi as well, maybe a block here. That is a block. That is a lot of pets to block. Gold, full Chaos Mother and a Doom Guard is not great. That is just not great to place to be in. With a Fiend attacking you immediately, and Mordecai as soon as you come out. As soon as you land a blink too, which is unfortunate, does get himself a bit of a reset. Evo right after needs to Nova these pets and get the hell away from them. Needs to find a way to get himself a line of sight for Rick. Got himself a massive, gorgeous cascade of missiles versus Rick, but that's just way too much damage. Rick continuing just to punish these boys over and over and over. That is so rough, man. That is so rough. Hold on, I'm also trying to figure out what Vlad, if Vlad is going to play or not. I think Vlad was expecting for me to send him an invite. Try to figure it out. Definitely want to get Vlad in these duels if at all possible. Rick holding the fort, however, he's been doing pretty good so far, man. Saya got himself a couple of dots onto all these pets. Wake of Ashes too does avoid getting himself hit with a reflect stun onto himself, while Nether Ward was up for Rick. As he's having to rotate for even more defenses, does go for a trinket. Axos onto Saya. May just need a few to spam him while he's getting himself the entire army of pets. Handle Gul'dan. Tyrant potentially. Does go for the Tyrant. That is also going to be Chaos Mode. All these pets are in. Blind on these pets. Does also hit Rick with a blind, but at least he's able to get away here. Knocking Saya back a bit. As long as he's within range of the pets, they're going to do a lot of damage. And as less Saya can escape all these pets, that's a lot of raw damage he can't stop. Lay on hands, but immediately look at his health bar. It's just not really living up to expectations here. Immediately, as soon as he got himself in a nice stable position, he's back in the danger zone. Stun onto Rick, did not himself reflect, unfortunately. Axe toss to trade with Saya. Does he bubble? He has the bubble and continues. There goes the bubble. Now you just want to go for as much damage as possible. The Doomguard is play. Boards out for Rick. He just needs to keep Saya out in the open. Doomguard fades as the bubble fades. That is so unfortunate. I don't know if he have himself another gateway. He might not have the cooldown to use the gateway again. Dark Pact is available though. He needs to find himself a nice angle to be able to send more pets at Saya. He will need to get a CC rolling. Saint ahead of time. Does get hit with a slow though. Massive slow into Saya, which is huge. Axos to Prime. Bob right after. Fear, but he does stop it. He can't actually stops a lot of the pet damage. This is all physical damage. He's not taking a lot of magic damage. Bop against the Warlock is a wild move. Technically, you can still get hit with things like Mortal Coil and Fear, but it is a great move. The Tyrant, however, is going to prolong all these pets, ripping the soul out of Saya, reducing his healing and damage. Axos to lock him. Is this enough? Rick with a big ruination. Is it enough? Saya trying to get himself as much healing as possible. Rick, does he close the gap? Another word is up. He knows how to stun himself. Saya's in a rough spot though. Stun, but it doesn't matter. I think Saya does go down. We're the Doom Procket at the end. And Rick does hold the fort. With the flush last one left. Is he AFK? No, he's not. Giving Rick a chance here. Rick picking up the eyes immediately though. He doesn't want to give Flush an opportunity. Flush charging in. Rick with a port. If he can just avoid Flush as best as possible, he might be okay. He might have to wait until Flush cloaks to then trade an Axos with him. But he needs to stay away from Flush. That's all he can do. Stay away from Flush as best as possible. I don't think he has any dots on Flush, however. That was a gateway too. Dark Pact, right before he gets stunned. Trinket, Mortal Coil, Axos on the Trinket. Fear Spam into Flush. I think it's all he can do is Fear Spam. That's Shatter Blades. If you take any damage from Blades, you're going to be in a rough spot. You can also rip the soul out of Flush with a Tyrant. Get the hell out of dodge. Gotta stay away from him. Get another Vanish. You're more or less. What a board! That is so perfect! Oh, Axos, however, is in play. Shadow Blaze is gone. Still lots of damage though. Rick just gotta live this. I don't know how he can. Big DFA out of Flush. Flush is getting low. Cloak of Shadows. Isn't enough. Oh, he does survive it. Evasion with Cloak. Everything was used to live it. Oh, he knew he had to take out a Warlock no matter what. Natty is giving Flush at least a chance here to get a little bit of healing by the looks of it. But he's going to back up out of there immediately. Back it up out of there as soon as he can. He's got himself a... Renewing Blades. He's got himself a... Everything, actually. Full immunity to the damage of a Rogue. And Plush is in a decent spot, but... Oh, not decent enough without cooldowns. Rick picking up 3? I think Rick picked up 4, didn't he? Am I wrong about that? What a trooper giving a Rogue a chance. Yeah, I know, right? It's a Rogue. Probably shouldn't give him a chance ever. To be honest. Let's get another one going, boys, yeah? Onomasa no mas. That was awesome. I enjoyed the hell out of that one. That was swell. Swell. Here we go. Let me know, Plush and Johnny, when you guys are good to go. Let me know when you guys are good. Ready and ready. Okay, if you guys need more spots, I got Vlad. I can get Vlad in, if anything. We're gonna send you guys into a... Tigers, I guess. We've done the Grand, we've done Rook, we've done Hook, we've done Toberon. Try to get you through as many arenas as we can. If this works, or if it doesn't. But yeah, Natty definitely a trooper. Give it a Rogue, give it a chance. But most people wouldn't even do that. Most people wouldn't even give Rogue even an opportunity to make any kind of comeback whatsoever. I don't think I saved it. Beautiful. You see many Evoker, sadly? Yeah. They're just not great on 1v1s. Like, they're awesome, and the burns they can do is really cool. They're just not great in 1v1s whatsoever, unfortunately. I love Evoker. I think it's a really cool class. They just need more survivability to live 1v1s. They're okay in group content. Like, Devastation is really good in RBGs if you have a healer. And it's good in solos too, because it's just raw damage. They're really good. But yeah, so Twitch. In 1v1s, they're just terrible. Is it gonna be Rick up first? It is Rick. First up with his cheesy. He's got so many dogs. Does he know the barrel is it? Barrel is in play. Hold on. He sends the pets out. Barrel is gonna wait it. He's gonna cheese out the cheese. Right? Yeah, he's definitely gonna cheese it. Does Rick know? Dude, Rick is just guessing. I think Rick is aware that, yeah, when it's a hunter, there ain't no way. He can at least send the pets around everywhere. They won't fall around the main Felguard. Yeah, Barrow's gonna wait it. I love the cheese that Rick does, where he just gets like a billion pets out. So many wild fiends. But yeah, all for nothing, unfortunately. Opener by Barrel. ASUS to follow. Does get himself a little bit of cleave with that rapid fire. Barrel needs to get himself the angles versus Rick. Tar trap on these pets. If you can stay away from the pets, that'll be great. Stun, however, with binding will not connect. Can't get a proper stun onto Rick either way, though. Rick does end up porting a thick on the freezing trap, but it does break. Scatter for a second. Barrel tried to get himself an angle. Dark Ranger is doing damage though. Stun, but it's going to be a trade stun with him. Rick with a fear. Controlling Barrel damage as best as possible. If you can control the true shot, he'll be golden. Yet another fear. He's just going to control him as much as he can. Shot of Fury. Just literally not going to let the man play the game at all. Rapid fire on the pillar. Finally able to get at least some damage. But a full Tyrant, Barrel is in trouble. If he can't go for a full combo, catch himself a reset against his pets, he might actually be in a bit of troubles. Staying away from the pets though. Feign Death camo could be huge. I don't know if he has any dots on him. He does have Charge Trap or Explosive Trap around the corner instead. Turtle, yeah, he's just under a lot of pressure, dude. These pets by themselves will actually tear him apart. If he's not careful, these pets will actually be the end of him. Doomguard out in the open. While you're ASUS, it's lights, man. I think it's lights. There's just way too much damage. He does get himself that short exil with a wall, but immediately dots take him out. Overlord slamming on him. That Doomguard getting so much value with his bolts, dude. That Doomguard was the MVP. I honestly think he did most of that damage there at the end. That is so rough. Yeah, all these pets. Man, it's so weird how Blizzard has designed some of these different pet classes, by the way. Demonology Warlocks. As long as you get the pets out, they do a lot of damage. You don't need to micromanage them. Are the pets dumb sometimes? Sure. You know, they get a weird pathing. Tyrant just keeps stopping his range casting for some reason. I don't really know what's wrong with that guy. He's been bugged ever since they added him to the game, I think. I think it's actually a little bit pretty useless ever since the days of yore. Pretty bad. Starting to Rick, as Sai is going to be up next. But the rest of the pets for Demonology do fine. And they take a spec like Beastmaster or Unholy Death Knight, and the way the pets work is completely different, man. Some you have to micromanage, others just do a lot of work. It's so weird. Rick, I think, might just be done for the count, man. He does some sort of wall Warlock House in 5 seconds. That's about all he can do. Chaos Mode is doing some valuable damage while Sai's behind the pillar, though. That is massive output. And Rick picking up a lot of healing. Try to see if he can get a bubble out of Saya. He's got himself nice positioning with these platforms. Start until Rick does go for a trinket. Try to go for a knockback with the Saya. Does not connect. Fort is available. And as long as you can put Saya out in the open and slow him, that'll be perfect. The fact that he can summon pets behind the pillar is also massive. I don't know if Saya has a Hodge ready to go. But a fear spam while he's out in the open. Does stun himself? He does stun himself. Wait, does he? Or was it just a fear? It looked like he stunned himself. But I don't think he did. Because Netherward wasn't out. That Overlord did a huge hit at the end. If that thing crit, that would have been a lot. I think Saya might have actually died there if that was a crit. Is it going to be Lemon up next? Whoever is next, they are definitely giving him a chance here. Is it going to be Brew? Is it going to be Elo? Natty? Is it Brew? Probably your toughest matchup, I'm not gonna lie. Probably your toughest matchup, and he even gave Saya an opportunity to go for a full reset. I think Warbreaker did maybe a little early, but he does have himself Avatar, does himself lots of potential damage, needs to close the gap and make the damage up. But look at the dot damage of Saya, keeping Brew at a distance. He just Dawn Lighted him to death. Literally nothing you can do, just Dawn Lighted him to death. I guess you could have rallying cried, but that would just delay your death. I don't think that would save you. That just completely delay. Just nothing you could do. Lemon is up next. Last time Lemon versus Holy Saya. First duel, it was definitely inside scored. Lemon, however, came out on top. Last time these two had a 1v1. Can I do it a second time though? Or is it going to be Saya's full clean sweep game today? Subtle foreshadowing, maybe? Who knows? Gonna be immediate trinket blind by Saya. That is a trinket out for him, so that's huge. Lemon kind of rolling and blinking all over the place. Karma to reverse it. Why is High up on health? Saya trying to see if he go for Shield of Vengeance. He can break through shield, knock him up in the air. Huge karma damage is gonna keep going onto Saya. Does go for a stump. Lemon breaks out of it. Condi is gonna be laying hands. Still pumping that Condi, but it looks like the images were not able to keep up with Saya, unfortunately. That Condi could have been massive, but it just did not. You basically, ideally, you want that Condi to do a full bar of health bar of Saya. He goes for lay on hands, and it still pumps through a second health bar after that lay on hands. Basically put him back in the edge of his seat. And Lemon may need a defensive here. Does go for a massive defensive bubble out of for Saya. And Lemon does have a massive defensive to at least live this. Both of our health is low, but Lemon picking up a lot of healing. Stun, cannot escape it. Forward brew is in place, so at least he's got a big defensive. He's not taking the damage natural to his health bar, but he does get super low. Needs a heal. Oh, but the hammer's out for Saya. The forward brew ran out at the worst of times. Natty is going to be up next. Full breath, deep breaths onto Saya. Does connect with the stun. Is over. It is over. Oh, the eruption of the end. With Goera's gonna be up next, my man. He's back, baby. My boy is back. Back in that enhancement. Natty. This guy's gonna slap. He's gonna slap hard. He's gonna slap for a lot of damage. But Goera's is gonna back up out of the Ascendance is available. Everything is available. Natty trying to see if he can catch up while Shroud is up. Shroud is down though, so for Goera's, it's an opportunity to make some damage happen. Big ascend, stun to Natty. Natty with the trinket, does so a wall, made to use mobility. That or to get some counter pressure to Goera's, because those ropes can do a lot of damage as long as you get him primed properly. Try to see if you can match him. I don't know if you can. Try to pick up as much healing as you can. Movement is available. Everyone might to buff himself up. He needs some kind of heal right here, right now. I think it was a cheat death just now. Dodging a kick. That's huge. Root onto Goera's. Does have a knockup for some reason? Or stuns him with that? No, never mind. Goera's does end up taking him out. That is rough. Wait, Goera's was mid-jump, by the way? I think Goera's literally was mid-jumping, and when you rooted him, you slammed him for a stun. Now it's just Goera's versus Elo. And Elo's giving Goera's a bit of a chance here. A bit of a chance to get properly set up here. Is going to go for a full hunt. Lasso on the hunt, though! Completely counters it. That is unfortunate. And went in for a backflip, what is it called? Retreat. Vengeful retreat, but does get rooted either way. Item is available. Back-to-back stuns. Darkness down. Elo needs everything they can just to survive. Huge stun into Goera's. Does go for a massive abyssal gaze. Is it going to be enough damage? Does go for a big burrow while Elo is up in the air. You're just going to be able to avoid any of that air pressure. And it's got healing where Elo does not. So for Goera's, is actually in a good spot. Elo with a short stun onto Goera's. Does go for a cleave. Is going to be knocked back the last moment. Goera's got himself big tempest in case he needs to. I don't know if Elo has a blur. I think he's a blur there. But doesn't have a lot to work with anymore. Does also burn a trinket. Needs, I think, just to get some kind of CC. Needs to go for hit and runs with Goera's. I think that's about all they can do. Pick up whatever souls you can. Rip souls out of Goera's. Start munching on those things to get on whatever healing you can. That's about all you can do in that situation, I think. Lasso, I think it just lights. Got one more hit. Sunder. Oh, stun, knock back. Elo has a cleave, but you got not a lot left. Do you blur for a second or blade dance for a second? First aid. Literally first aid right in his face. I think it's over. Yeah, Goera's just need a one more smack. Sai picking up 3. Goera's does finish off strong though. Sai with that damage though, dude. There's just not much you can do sometimes. Just absolutely melted people. Get ourselves another going, boys, yeah? Uno más. Get ourselves another one, boys. 860? Yeah, 860. 870. Never mind. 870 it is. Johnny is ready. Is Push ready? Push is also ready. Got ourselves. Guess we got Dalaran sewers. Just glop. Just glop. Wait, they have the fastest goblin farm route on D4. Oh well, now it's gonna be like the most packed route, isn't it? Yeah, now it's gonna just be packed. Rest in peace to anybody who's still farming the goblin event. Well, the good spots are not gonna be taken. Unless you just play like without anybody else at all. Remember when they first came out, easy to kill until nerf? Yeah. Mini evokers, sadly? Yeah. The evokers are pretty awesome either way though. I really like some of their stuff they're doing in the next patch. Like, Preservation in particular is looking real fun, man. I feel like Preservation just doesn't get enough love in the community. Which, Blizzard gotta buff it. It is super fun. Natty gonna be first up versus Beryl, the hunter, hunting after a dragon. Natty trying to go for a root. The root itself, what I like about the evoker root is how wide it is, man. A lot of the times when playing like the stealthies, if you get a good angle, you could really get somebody like rooted even behind the pillar with just how wide that line attack is. It's so good. I don't think it would be funny if Mega Org just formed into different trying to set up your own wildlife. That would be actually no. Better yet, they just get like a fur. Instead of bear form, it's just like they put on like some bear looking armor. Instead of cat form, it's just cat looking armor. It's like a disguise. Outfit change, and there it is. Gonna be breath out for Natty. Big deep breath to follow. You have a big upheaval. Oh, the eruptions. The eruptions are doing huge. Beryl getting caught on the burst. Big rapid fire while he's got full cooldowns available. Natty backing up out of there. That's gonna be a lot of damage out of Beryl. They just got to make sure they got plenty of healing, and they just follow up with a couple more of these big eruptions. But that rapid fire is just absolutely brutal, shredding right through you. Natty trying to get himself a better angle here. Upheaval, do you have anything you could follow up? Oh, what was that? Was that an aim shot at the end? Because you got you frozen and then just domed you. That was a lot. Bruce is going to be up next. What was that, dude? What was that hit at the end? That must have been like a lock and load aim shot proc, right? Because you were just kind of like frozen, but like mostly okay. And then just absolute taken. Give that a credit, you know, this isn't easy, but he still tries. Dude, I do give... Anytime somebody plays like a non-meta, or at least in duels, right? Because you could argue that technically Augmentation Evoker is actually good in various situations, specific situations. They are obviously not great in 1v1. Yeah. So anytime I see a class that isn't anybody play a class or spec that isn't great for 1v1s, like Boomkin or Shadow Priest, historically has been really, really bad. Yeah, I definitely love seeing it, man. I definitely love seeing it. I appreciate the effort. Ain't easy. It ain't easy playing someone super cheesy. And I really do appreciate it. It's like when I see people play Outlaw, because we see a lot of Assassination Rogues and Sub-Rogues in duels, but not a lot of Outlaw. That's a nice little knock-up boop with a stun. Immediate rip with that rapid fire onto Brew. Immediate wall, but does get slowed down. Drop it in, leap with the end of the freeze. Straight inside of it. Into a scatter. Beryl just absolutely has your number. Blaze Storm, but it's not enough to close the gap. You need something, anything. You also have fear, so you might want to use fear just to hold him in place for a bit. Silence, but can't even use fear. Can't even rally, nothing. It's just absolute clean sweep. Beryl. Down the barrel of this man's gun is going to be Rick up next. I don't know, Beryl. I don't know if you can do this. The other classes, I think, were definitely a good matchup, but this against the Warlock, I don't know. Ain't easy here. Axe Toss, all the pets, Turtle Shell, Tyrant. It's all the pets. Literally the entire zoo of demons. The entire menagerie of demons. Does land a big rapid fire, but, I mean, what else is it to do? Yeah. Yeah, there's just not much else it could do. No defenses, not a lot to work with. The Smirshka immediately with Gouge. That's a Doom Guard. That's Smirshka. Doom Guard is going to be very, very painful. Because those cast off injury like he's doing right now, that is painful. Cloak of Shadows immediately. Shadow Blade's available for the Smirshka. Tearing up right through Rick. Rick actually does not have a lot of defenses. Hold on a second. Rick is getting shredded. The soul ripped out of Rogue's body for a second. It is right over here. Does go for a vanish. He's going to be able to get a reset. Rick picking up the eyes as early as possible. Not going to be able to stop the Rogue cheap shot, however. The Smirshka just sees a little bit more damn cheap shots. I think it's over for Rick. It's just done. The Rogue is clean with an immediate vanish. Anticipating Lemon, but he's going to be able to hit him with a Ring of Peace right in the perfect spot. Seeing exactly where the Rogue is going. Taking him out without even giving the cheap death even a chance to breathe. That is rough. But Blush is going to be up next, dude. I like how we got the whole duel of like a Hunter and Evoker kind of going back and forth a little bit. What is this opener? Immediate trinket for Lemon into a Condi. Just absolutely punishing Plush for even being anywhere near him. Gouge for a second. And Plush needs something here. Vanish to follow. That is a double vanish out of the guy. That is a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage. And Lemon tried to see if he could pick up, pick up eyes in order to catch the Rogue out in the open. If he has a Ring of Peace, should be able to knock him out of stealth. He does. That's exactly what he does. Does knock him out of stealth, but not out of subterfuge. You did get a momentary stealth window. So with you having to send a global into a Ring of Peace, you will just not be able to get him into combat immediately. Knockout is kind of nice either way. Cloak and evasion off of plus off of this karma. That is going to be cheap. This is an opportunity for Plush to have himself a go, but Lemon being an orc, he doesn't sit in stuns long at all. Secret technique, yet another cheap shot. DFA isn't enough. Ford Brew, however, is making sure that Lemon is tanky enough to deal with this. Fist of Fury, you're just getting parried. You maybe can step behind him. That's about all, though. Plush is in the danger zone right now. He's in a rough spot. Try to meld it, it's over. I don't know what else they can do. Gouge him last second. Lemon is actually with no health. Hold on. Lemon has like no health at all. He got images, he just needs one good hit. Oh, dude, the images caught up to him. That is so rough. He was actually so low. I didn't realize he was that low. Did like a battle match trick and run out or something? Double stun. Lemon is over. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Big ascend? What is that ascend? I think he was just trying to see if he could go for ascend and just clobber a little wind strike. Is that what was happening? Wind strike? Trinkets? Yeah, he just tried to see if he can end it. When Elo last one left, Elo immediately having to go into full ascended shaman. That does not feel good at all. Stun, but he just falls off the platform at a perfect time. Haunt does not connect. Did the Haunt not connect? He just walked out of Haunt. What is happening? Is the path for Haunt broken, or did Elo like eye beam a little early or something? What are these tempos? It's just over. Elo literally walking into the shaman who's got the most amount of damage and just has not been able to make any kind of a comeback since. Does get himself the I-beam, flying up in the air, got the range, able to punish Goers a little bit. Goers falls behind the pillar. That is some significant damage out of Elo, and is giving himself a breather here for a second. Trying to go for a dispel. That's going to be a stun totem though. Trades the stun for the stun totem. Trinkets, leaping right in. Does get himself a bit of damage, but Goers already has himself the doom and scores and through. Picking up 2 with Lemon also picking up 2. I love how bursty everybody went today on that one in particular. Just absolutely all out burst. The Hunter, yeah, the Hunter and the Warrior just matchup, just not much you can do about it. Lemon just absolutely decided to choose violence against his rogues, dude. He was like, you know what? These rogues gotta go down no matter what. Let's get another one going, boys, yeah? It's 870 something, right? 71. Yeah. They're doing some secret Discord stuff with the audio log. The final, what is it? Audio transmission from Koresh. Scavenger hunt. I wonder what it's gonna offer. Part 2 continues the narration of lore. Koreshi grapple the Dar Simpsons panic sets the people to the Vesh. Keep it Zarkus Walker for the Calamity and skip the Doom. All right, let's get another one going. Josh is ready, and John needs one. So if you guys want to join, we got a group up in LFG. So if you guys want to join up, more than welcome to. That means the Ratan was a guardian during the whole time, Elamaya or Feral, depending what you see a wolf as. Yeah, the wolf, I would assume Feral. I think a wolf would be closer to like a cat than a bear druid in my opinion. They're like, because it's like an attack dog, right? You got an attack cat, an attack dog. Bear would be something more tanky. I'm thinking of like a big old little bear or the big dino bears, or like a turtle. Anything that has a huge survivability. Or anything I consider tanky, I guess. I'm gonna send you guys into all the good arenas. I don't want to send you into places like a flashbang. No flashbang tonight. Imagine I say this, that it's like the next arena I send you is a flashbang. No flashbangs tonight. Just kidding! That'd be cruel. Pretty sure US is literally an amendment for no cruel or unusual punishments. I know you Europeans are not US citizens, but you guys are honorary ones. I stand by the Constitution. Yeah, that means, but yeah. Yeah, I think it'd be hilarious though, imagine. But I think that'd be cool for like a shaman type of spec, right? imagine just like you basically embrace or embody a shaman spirit, and you get like a visual alteration on your character of some sort, right? It's kind of like was that one guy in League of Legends? Whenever he would like switch to a different animal form, he would like change a little bit physically, whether it's like some aura or like some physical like animal appearance. It was like a monk looking big bearded dude punching stuff, and you'd switch between like different forms or whatever. Sort of. Udyr, probably. Which might be Udyr. Gaudier? Yeah. I think you know what I'm talking about then. Goeris immediately having to versus Rick is going to be ASUS right after Mortal Call to follow. For Goeris is going to be a lot of damage to take with the Tyrant. Question, you run? You hide? He does choose to get out of there. Getting out of dodge. Root all the pets, which is actually massive, dude. Root totem against the pets is huge. Unfortunately, Chaos Mother does not have a better target than a totem to deal with. So for Goeris, at least he's giving himself a bit of a breather while he's waiting out for the pets and majority of that burst. Got him some Wind Rush totem with the stun right under the pets. Got him some big ascend. Rick is in a spot where he can't really get away. He is going to go for a port, but Goeris still got himself the range. Got himself plenty of potential damage. Just continue to cascade all of it onto Rick with a Tremor totem to keep himself out of the field for at least a second there. Dreadstalkers are in. Rick is taking also lots of damage, by the way. This could be huge for Goeris. He's actually getting a lot of pressure onto Rick. Rick could be in a bit of trouble. Mortal Call to follow. The one thing Rick has as an advantage is the fact that Goeris does not have a trinket. He does, however, have a wall, though, so he's still got plenty of defenses to work with. Rick with a Warlock House and Goeris still got plenty of defense to work with. Fear, Doomguard is not going to be able to attack Goeris. Goeris can wall this off, actually, Never mind, he doesn't need to. That Earth Elemental is actually drawing aggro from those pets. It's actually doing a pretty good job. It was holding the aggro of the Doomguard completely. That is massive, because it is going to taunt from time to time. There it goes. You see like a little mark above heads? That's going to be a pet taunting. That's actually not terrible. For Goeris, it's super helpful. He does have massive heals too. Wall right after. Soul ripped out of his body. Goeris put in a bit of a tough spot with that full Fel Lord, or Pit Lord. Barreling down on him, does get a stun onto Rick. Zaps back to back. Lightning bolts doing a lot of work. Able to break past defenses of Rick. Rick without a wall. Goeris picking up a lot of healing, however. Look, his health is actually kind of okay. Doomguard also still attacking the Earth Elementals. Doomguard is not a great pet. You're just focusing on Goeris. That Earth Ellie distracts him, but a second Doomguard is in play. Another one is in play. Full damage onto Goeris. He needs anything to recover. That Doomguard may have sealed the deal. Yet another port. Where did he go? Back into the room. Goeris needs more healing. He needs more Maelstrom. He just can't do much right now. Healing, however, is keeping him barely alive. Send that Maelstrom into the pet. I think you need to send the Maelstrom, build it Maelstrom, and send it into the pet as much as you can. Because that's how you're going to get a lot of healing. I killed Rock. Rick picked up a lot of healing, however. Ascendant's available for Goeris very, very soon with a trinket too. Big Ascend, big damage. You just got to stay on top of Rick. Mortal Coil, he can break out of it when he needs to. Fear breaks out of it. Rick trying to get some more pets. Axe Toss is going to be very, very short. Fear does not last long at all. Still got Ascendance. Tyrant interrupted. Goeris actually might have secured him some potential victory. The Doomguard is going to hurt a lot. Tyrant is going to be on play. That's a lot of pets. They're all going to be empowered. You don't have a wall for this one. Soul ripped out of his body. Reduce some healing and some damage. Rick is still super low. That's going to be yet another interrupt. Goeris may just take it. This is a little more. Big hit. Oh, he does take it. Barely alive, but he does win against Rick. I am amazed and a little surprised just because I know Goeris is a really good shaman. Definitely not a bad shaman, but Rick is a tough one. Rick is tough. Goeris needs healing, but no, Natty's not going to give you a chance. Seeing this man clobber down Rick, he's like, I can't let him escape this. It ain't happening. Slippery lock. Bro, he was everywhere. Fording, flying, gliding, gating. He did everything. He is tough to catch. And Natty does not have a trinket anymore. Does have a wall here. It's going to help dampen damage, and Renewing Blades is going to help heal. Needs a lot of damage, needs a lot of healing. I don't know if they can really do much against Plush. Do you have Deep Breath? I don't know if you use Deep Breath. Fire Breath is in play. Trying to get some procs. Is this going to be enough? Plush is just running circles around Natty with a DFA off of that upheaval, though. He just goes flying up in the air. Natty with the last bit of shielding. Might have Cheat Death still available. Ebonbite is up, but the dodge from Plush, yeah, that's a Cheat Death. He died in the alternate timeline, but Natty does survive, though barely. Literally barely. Plush needs one good hit, and that's over. One good hit. Upheaval. He is up in the air. Knock him down with a stun. Hold on. He got him rooted. That is huge. But yeah, with a cheap shot, it is over. There's just nothing an Evoker can do in that situation. Lemon immediately in-caps Flush. He still has a Trinket. He still got Evasion. And Cloak. Vanish to follow. Back it up out of there. Cloak of Shadows. He's still trying to see if he can find him. Picking up the Eye. Flush is able to stay away from him quite a decent bit, though. Evasion was used. Try to see if he can avoid Lemon. Sap! Yo! That is some good sap right there. Smoke Bomb to keep him out of way with Lemon. Just to keep him at a distance. Yeah, that's so good. Lemon still getting himself images. Fist of Fury flying in. Flush is not a way to avoid it. Yeah, Kidney Shot. The images are still on, yeah. Well, this thing's doing enough damage. If he's spinning Crane Kicks, it's over. Because these things will copy whatever Lemon is using as ability. Cheat Death and he lives it. He lives a Cheat Death. He lives a Cheat Death and just to live about it. Touch of Death. Cheat Death beats Touch of Death. You know what? I feel like Blizzard actually that's a Blizzard W right there. A talent that prevents you from dying, living a Touch of Death. I actually would have, you know what? Cheat Death is such an inconsistent talent. I would have expected for Touch of Death just to not let Cheat Death happen. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. But a talent actually does what it says on a 10. A Blizzard W. Gotta give him one. Gotta give him one. Shadow Blades are up for Nesmershka. Got himself potential lots of damage versus Lemon. In-cap to follow out of the Monk Lexip. Nesmershka has himself a Trinket. Does go for a Trinket Blind. I just think it was a random Zoen proc out of Lemon. He does have a real Zoen coming up very, very soon with images. If he lives this. If he lives this. I'm swapping the wrong target. Lemon does go for 4 Brew with a heal in between. Celestial Condi. That's a lot of damage. Nesmershka with a Cloak. That could have been Zoen images and everything. Actually, if he had Zoen, a Storm Earth and Fire, and Condi, he might have been okay, but I don't think he was. He probably wanted not to make sure the Rogue does not escape with the Vanish. Seeing Zoen, seeing all the burst. Probably what happens, right? In cap, there's a Sheep Shot back to back out from Nesmershka. Secret Technique, in cap, barely alive. Images are up, knows a win. Slice and wins, trying to do whatever he can. Evasion up for Nesmershka. Do you have a Fist of Fury? Oh, DFA. Let's still connect. Oh. Leg sweep. Fist of Fury. That's like the only thing that's keeping you alive right now. Should have waited. Should have done Fist of Fury after. Oh, it's over. Woo! With a Cheat Death too. Nesmershka almost died. And Aloe just walks up, immediately crushes him. Oh no. Let's just try to see if he can get himself over to Barrel. Barrel with a Scatter. Aloe has everything here. Scatter into a freeze. It is going to be kind of short. But the Binding Shot. Wait, Aloe doesn't have the immunity with retreat? That's unfortunate. I think it's just lights, man. I think it is actually just lights at this point. Unless Aloe got something else to work with. Poor rogues. Don't say that. Don't say that. They're rogues. They deserve nothing better. And I say that as somebody who plays rogue. I don't say it because I hate rogues. I love rogues. I agree with you in most cases. SATA is going to be up next. The last one left as an arms warrior versus the hunter. What is an arms warrior to do against a marksman, man? I don't think there's anything you can do unless you can catch up to him and stop the damage, which is so tough, man. Freezing Trap, if only he had to reflect. That's an aim shot right to the dome. And there's nothing you can do about it. Turtle Shell out for Barrel. Setter just trapped up in a Binding Shot right after. What is there to do for this man? He literally got nothing he could do in this situation. Literally nothing. Bladestorming just to stop himself from being slow, but a Rapid Fire takes it. Just a pin cushion for the hunter. Nothing he can do. Barrel picking up too. Well done, well done. Well done. That Shaman, by the way, versus a Warlock, that was some hell of a duel, dude. I enjoyed that. Hell yeah. Hell yes, boys. But yeah, don't say poor rogues, man. Rogues, as a rogue main, I know that our class fantasy is to be hated by the community. Give rogues an inch to take a mile. But yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I get it. I don't take it personally. Everybody hates the rogue, but it's okay. It's okay. Half a level until this. Yo, wait a second. You can start using it at 87? Wait, why does it have a level 87 requirement? That is insane. Oh, it's a crafted NG item. That's why. I was thinking for a second, like, what? That's crazy. That's literally a raid item that you just craft yourself. Put haste mastery on it. That's nuts. That's cool. That's a pretty big spike. John needs a +1. Also Plus needs 1 as well. So we got ourselves an LOG if you guys want to join in. Got spots. Got spots for all of you. Ain't no way, right? What is that? Wait, hold on. Is that real? No, okay. Okay. All right, I had to look this up. I don't know why, but I wanted to, I had to answer a message here really quickly, so I just went on Twitter real quick to respond to a message. And the first article as he posted, were they? I don't know if you guys are probably aware, right? In EU, and they're like outside of US, they've been like there've been like a lot of like age restricted stuff online and whatever, and I've been like lightly following what the hell has been going on with it, because they're like basically making YouTube and Discord and Twitter and whatever else websites ask for like your age verification in certain European countries, which to me is just kind of like wild, and it's like everybody started doing it all of a sudden, which for me I'm just like, that's a little concerning, to be honest. But it's like, I've been kind of following it lightly just to be like, what the hell is even happening? What is this? Out of left field too. And I was trying to respond to a DM on a Twitter. First article I see in the For You is UK moves to ban C and C++ coding languages. And at first I was like, probably you're not real, but I almost feel like that's real. Like all this random censorship stuff online and like age verification, all that other stuff has been going on. I'm just like, you know what? I feel like in any other world, on any other day, probably not real, probably satire. But then I was just like, what if? I had to look it up, dude. I had to look it up. Not real, but it was satire. It was a joke. But at this point, it's like, I'm like, there's been a lot of this going on recently, and it's just kind of out of left field. Yeah, I'm not super familiar on exactly why they're going about and doing it, but I don't like it. Hopefully it doesn't hit US. Age verification, literally email, text message, let me for you. Yeah, I don't know, but it's still like, but age verification, I heard that some people apparently have to like show the government ID, or like you have to put yourself in front of like a phone to take a picture so they can use AI to verify if you're like look 18 or under 18 or over 18. You know what I mean? And apparently people have been like going to like Gmod and trying to use the models there because you could like mess with the faces for pictures. People are just trying to bypass it and just becoming a meme. It's been weird, man. It's been weird. I don't agree with it. Whatever they're doing, I get it. It's the government. I don't agree with it. You ever notice the governments are the ones that do like the weirdest shit? It's weird. Plus it's on the internet too. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not super familiar as to why they're doing it to begin with, but I just don't like it. Maybe it's just me being like raised in America or growing up in America, and maybe it's just me being all freedom loving and shit. But I don't like it. I don't like it. Because my question then is, because it was saying like, oh, Twitter is going to do that, and then YouTube is now going to do that, and then Discord is going to do that. I'm thinking like, wait, is that everywhere, or is that just like in one specific part of the world? But it looks like it's Australia and UK and some parts of EU. My question is, does that become a US thing? Because I don't want that to be a US thing at all. Nope. Nope. It says show face verification, SMS, email code. See, I don't like that. I don't like that. Especially when it comes to the government or whatever, right? Because it's like, my biggest issue with that though is the anonymity of internet. I just want to be me. I don't want the government, because it's like you gotta verify it, I guess, to the government or to the websites that are working with the government because of like a law or something. The government gets so much data about people as is. I don't want them to have more. I don't want them to have more. Government focus on viewers more than backful shit. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. I guess I'm just not even a big fan of like big governments either to begin with. Right? I'm not a big fan of big governments at all. I don't know what it is. Not a fan. We still need one for Johnny, and I think plus is good. Nah, I meant last one already. Okay, cool. One more for the road. Ah, get it. Yeah, we need one more for Johnny. Well, let's get it right, man. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't like it. Maybe it's me growing up in Russia. But in Russia, when I grew up, I don't know how things are nowadays. But in Russia, it was like, technically there were laws and stuff around like people speaking against the government, right? You didn't really have freedoms. You couldn't really say much about the government. But like everybody locally, at home, amongst the friends, nobody liked the government. Nobody. Having a big government, I'm not a fan of. Because then they just control literally everything. And you have a bunch of people that are way above you, or at least they feel like they're above you. My problem is they're usually just so like disconnected from reality, but they get to run everything. When it is missed 1984. Yeah, Big Brother kind of stuff. I'm not a fan of it at all. Remember the movie Enemy of the State? Imagine if you told somebody, you know, actually, it's even better. If you want something that's a little more video gamey, of course, there's like, you know, 1984, Big Brother, all that stuff. Even Kojima, in his early Metal Gear games, predicted this about like basically disconnected governments running everything and basically controlling and data gathering and all that. Even they predicted it. It was a clip that I saw of like, I think it was from the game that was written in like 1990s. Like one of the first 3D Metal Gear PlayStation games. Very cutscene heavy, basically. I think it was the second one in the series. That's with Raiden. There was like a whole thing with this government controlling and like a long speech. Essentially AI. But it's AI poured in like within, I guess, essentially White House. But it essentially gathers data and essentially takes control from the public. Because it, and like the reasoning for it is like it mimics the like basically essentially like shouldn't have privacy because there's safety, but we're gonna use safety as a way to take away anyone's privacy kind of thing. And I'm just like, wow. So this was like cooked up like before the modern internet, and here we are. That cooked up story kind of become reality. Yeah, not great. Not great. If you want to know level speed in your UK government, just get fined for riding a bicycle without your hands on the handles. Okay, dude. Okay, dude. I mean, should you ride your bike with no handlebars? Probably not. Probably not. But like, if let's say you're not... So you can't just... Because I know you can, like, when you ride a bicycle, at some point you can let go if you just go, like, down a straight line. Like, I don't know. Riding a bicycle without your hands on the handles. Like both hands? You can just have like one, both. Governments are squeezing tighter and tighter. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, some laws of like riding a motorcycle without a helmet probably should be finable. But like a bike without a handle, without both hands on it. 10, what is it? That's not 10 and 4, is it? It'd be like 3 and 9? Because it's like to the side. I don't know. I mean, it's really real like 10 and 4. Put your hands on 10 and 4. But yeah. When point is back, the idea of someone's privacy was a huge deal. Now such it doesn't exist. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. personally. Call me a revolutionary. I'm not a big fan of big... That's why I'm not personally just not a fan of like huge, big government. Massive, big government. And unelected representatives. Not a fan of it. That's why in US is like things are so interesting. Because like local governments, you actually get to see like how local government can impact things. Like even in the town I live in, even in the district that I live in, there's a local governor, there's somebody that's a local official, there's somebody you can reach out to, and there's somebody you can not elect if they do a pretty bad job. And you can see like the impact of local government versus the impact of like big government. And it feels like the bigger it gets, the less like impactful it becomes. But like local government can be really impactful. Like really, really impactful, even to the little things. It's crazy. So I kind of like it small. Personally. As in you're allowed to put it in place in middle of spike crime rate amongst more serious shit. That's another thing too, is like they're like yeah, that's another thing too. That's another thing. The focus for the government could be definitely really, really weird. Very, very weird. I need to look more into it, I guess. Switch. But yeah, from what I saw, I didn't like, I guess what I'm gonna say. Alright, let's try to see if we can zoom out of that topic and zoom back into here for probably the final duel of the night by the time that we have actually. Saya immediately, I was gonna say bling. I don't know why I was gonna say bling. Blion's lemon. I don't know why I was gonna say bling. Blind's lemon, trinkets for trinket. That's gonna be a harsh to follow. And Saya just trying to see if he can get away from lemon. That is Zuen, that is images, and that's an opportunity for you to do a lot of damage. But Saya avoided it completely. Ran circles around the guy. If lemon had the opportunity to push in him with more damage with a big conduit damage, that would have been massive. But he might be in a bit of a rough spot. May have to wait until next leg sweep with images or something. Might have to do that together. That or wait until Zuen is back up so you can Conti spam with that later. That's a gorgeous looking mount, by the way, Saya. That thing is awesome. I kind of hate how like it moves a little janky. Because basically it's like those goblin mech mounts from Mop. Has the same animation cycle. I feel like some of the newer mechs, I probably could use the newer mech animations because they're a little smoother. You know, like the Kazlagar mech from season 1, the Mythic Plus one, that would look pretty good. Gonna be full burst out for Lemon. Layer heads out of Saya. Does have Saya is still super low though. Hot on your trail, but you have a defensive. Saya is probably gonna have to bubble this. Unless you can touch a death him randomly, which you could. Technically you could. Shield of Vengeance, you get him low enough for touch of death. Maybe touch of death range. He's in touch of death range. You can maybe take it. Hold on. Let's see this bubble it. Wait. He's got a little more health. Lemon, do you live? Karma is available very, very soon. Oh, verify spam. You have to karma him and run, right? Karma and run. Nope. Get him karma. Oh, he was in a touch of death range too. Oh, that was so rough. Natty trying to see if they can get potentially an ankle onto side. Deep breath. Well, not deep breath, but a tip of the spear. Tip the scales. I'm getting my abilities wrong completely. Tip the scales with a deep breath. But didn't quite connect. That touch of death range, dude. Oh, man. So close, dude. So close. Because Saya probably was not going to bubble unless he gets like super low. I think even Saya probably forgot about touch of death for a second. And I feel like as soon as I started saying touch of death, Saya started to walk away. You might have literally heard me on stream. Oh wait, dude, Natty just went full deep breath, but he's getting absolutely shellacked by Saya, who's literally just staying right outside of reach. Knocked up in there for a second, trying to go for a root, does not connect at all. Eruptions are the only thing you really got offensively, but needs a lot of healing. Try to pick up as much healing as possible though. Time skip is gonna help. Saya with a full regenerate, so he's gonna get a lot of health out of it. Natty can go for a bunch of healing back to back at the very least with Living Flame, and Saya going in with first aid. By the way, that weapon fits your mock so well, by the way. You are missing the enchant, however, I think, aren't you? Or maybe the enchant is just not showing up correctly. But he definitely needs like a Shadowlandsy, like dark. No, he does have an enchant, it's just barely showing up. It's just very light. Natty got full immunity to CC, upheaval. Try to go for a stun on Saya. Does burn a trinket just to get himself one big slam onto the evoker, which is super unfortunate. Elo is going to be up next. I-beam, try to go for a hunt, but Sai is already right behind the pillar. Already going, he's going the circles route, man. Just staying super away from everybody and just keeping the distance. Just going for a slammer onto Elo with $1 on himself to keep himself alive, man. as best as possible. Yeah, hit mounts are all kinds of jerky. I feel like that mount, it was created way back in the day when they had one run cycle. But then they improved the run cycle since Legion, because they added that Lightforge mech mount, and then it has a better run animation that like Gmod and all the other mounts use. And I feel like that Legion mount probably could use that one cycle instead. It will look so good, because I feel like it's fitting, because it even has a gun with a fell barrel or whatever, and I think it would just look really, really good. Saya backing up out of there for a second, stun onto Ella. There's nowhere to go. Demon getting cleared down with a Wake of Ashes with the Rick. Gotta be second to last, as he's got himself all the pets in. Saya, I don't know how you're gonna be able to live this. Actually, no, Saya's got Bubble, he's got Spell Warden, he's got a Blessing of Sake, which is huge for that stun, and he's got Bubble. He's got everything but Lay on Hands. He actually has it all. Axe starts overlapping with Fear, which is unfortunate for Rick. Saya is still in a good spot though. He could go for an immunity of swords. I don't know if he's got Lay on Hands coming up anytime soon. He did. There goes Lay on Hands. Never mind. He has everything, dude. He's got it all. Wake of Ashes and all his best to stun him to keep him at bay. Board out for Rick. Rick, he's got crazy good mobility, so he can stay away from Saya. And as long as he can stay away from him, let the pets do all the work, he'll be fine. Trinket as he goes in for a big gateway. Back it up out of there. Saya's still hitting him with some damage around the pillar. As long as you make sure Dawn Lights are double stacked into Rick, you're just gonna melt every time. Axe toss doesn't bop it. I was gonna ask, like, do you bop it maybe? Bubble potential is available. That's a Doom Guard. That's a Pit Lord. That's a lot of pets. What do you do here? Spell Warden? He does Trinket out of it. Do Spell Warden this. Shield of Vengeance? I guess is where Sion needs to decide. Either bop or Spell Warden. He'll need to decide one or the other. He is getting a lot of damage onto Rick, however, without having to use either one. Dawn Lights are melting this Warlock. He does have some Soul Leech to heal him a little bit, and Dark Pact in order to help him. Axe Toss trades with that stun, but do you have yourself another go? Spell Warden is in place, so you can't go for a Fear or anything. The pets will do physical damage, but that Doom Guard does nothing. That Doom Guard actually doesn't do a lot. Wake of Ashes is up with a stun on the pets. Rick tried to go for Fear spam. Saya with a full Dawn Light onto Rick. He's not in a great spot. Actually, one more hammer and he's done. Oh, doesn't have taken it. Saya going for the clean sweep. But Dark Trace is going to be last one left. Yo, Evoker actually looks good in that mog. What the hell? Wait, is that the mog that my Warlock wears or my Mage wears? 100%. Hold on a second. I know that set. Except the shoulders. Those look good. Are those Sylvanas legs? Gotta be, right? Or no, they're not. There's someone else. Wait, what? He's out? He just didn't get a chance to play. Was he AFK? Well, Saya would have done a clean sweep. That Warlock wouldn't let him. Saya was clean that whole run, dude. It's pretty clean. Well done. Well done, boys. With that one, I think we'll call it there. Chat. You guys are awesome. Hope you guys are all enjoying the rest of the weekend. We are going to be back with those next week. I think we're done, Ski. I think it's GG. GG's, man. Thank you so much for joining, Plush and Johnny. Appreciate you guys making the groups. Next week, loads of new class changes. Loads of new things in season. Gonna be fun. Hope I'll see you guys there, yeah? Next week, we're going to do Friday EU and then try to see if we can get some games going on NA. I'll make announcements ahead of time on Discord that we're going to be bringing NA duels back for a chance for everybody to test out all the new talents, all the builds on everything. What's up, Taco? Nipples? Nipples. Great note, man. Great note. GG's all. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. Super fun hanging out with every single one of you. I hope you guys did enjoy stat gains from this nuts. Oh yeah, the Ghost Iron Dragonling with hit, mastery, haste. Yeah, does that thing do a lot of damage? It's gotta, right? It's gotta, man. Red's gonna get a buff next season, imagine. They are getting a slight damage buff across the board, yes. But Warlocks are also getting a bunch of new stuff. You guys are getting a buff. What are you talking about? Warlocks are getting a huge buff. Have you seen Immeasurable Hatred is getting huge amps? It means you can go down spamming more. So maybe for PvP won't be ideal. But you guys are also getting the Summoner as a talent, not a PvP talent, but a class talent, and a bonus of mastery. So now you can run a different PvP talent. You guys are basically getting a freebie PvP talent, man. Only Enclaves, good deal. See you next season. See you next season, boys. Or I guess next patch. This is the next patch, because technically the season starts a week after the patch launches. But I'll see you guys next patch though, right? Yeah. I see. It's like saying see you next year. It's gonna be a whole year until you guys until I see you guys again. It's gonna be a whole patch cycle until you see you guys again. I'll miss you boys. Alrighty. Super finding it out with all of you. Demon needs a buff. You guys are getting a buff. What do you mean? Tomorrow also duels? No, tomorrow no duels. I love duels, but I feel like we are just burning a hole through whatever we have left before 11-2. I just want to chill so we're not burnt out as we dive into 11-2. I want to wait until we get some new stuff at 11-2 and then go back to having fun. Yeah, so it's like the end of a patch, man. Relax, enjoy yourselves, run around, get some mount. Actually, I can't get mounts anymore. Run around, do some time walkings, get mounts from time walking, get some mocs from time walking. Some of them look really, really good. I definitely want to see if I can spam out the rest of my time walkings this week if I can. I need a bunch. Seasonal rewards no longer obtainable soon. Oh yeah, also we got seasonal rewards that will no longer be made unobtainable. So if you guys still haven't done them, does it say which ones? Into ending. All seasonal rewards will cease to be obtainable. I wish they had a whole list of what will be obtainable and what won't be. But yeah, season is ending. Get your rewards now while they're hot. Guys, have a good one. Yeah, that Frost DK rework is looking spicy. It's looking really cool. They also got rogues getting buffed up. Unholy Death Knight's got cool new talents. That'll be really fun. Monks don't really have a lot of new stuff, but good tier sets when you get those. And ShadowPriest got some cool new stuff. I can get the chicken mount, the old one. The old chicken mount. Are you talking about the rooster? I think Magic Rooster Egg? It's a TCG. I think it would have to basically find a website that sells it for money, essentially. It's from Trading Card Game. Yeah, it's CCG. I think maybe people have seen Rooster on the black market auction house before, but I'm not 100%. I am not 100%. Let me go look. Yeah, the Rooster Egg. Yeah. $3,000? Yeah, $3,000 is a lot of money. Quite a bit of moolah. Because they used to have TCG cards and you would just be able to get them normally, but I think they only did them in limited quantity, so they don't really have codes for them. The only other way they could do it is if they added that as like a Twitch drop or something. I mean, they did that with a Fell Drake, right? So they took that mount from like, oh, cool, to like literally everybody has one. No longer cool, no longer unique. So watch them do that with Rooster. Oh, which to say that, I hope they don't. But it's Blizz. You never know what they're gonna do. They're unpredictable enough. I do think the Rooster can sometimes appear on the auction house. There are no items. Do they not have anything here? Apparently no items right now. Like 2 million EU. Wait, can you buy it on the auction house? Can you buy the Rooster on the auction house? Is that one of those mounts you can get on the H? Miscellaneous mount. Garn. Holfis Gronling? What does that look like? Oh. Oh, Zillowag is only 7,000. That's a cool one. Woolly. Crop Pummeler. Asset Invocator? Wait, how do you make that? Wait, oh, these are the mounts from that one grind you can just buy. I didn't realize. Pack Mule? Yeah, I don't think they have the Rooster in here. A bunch of other mounts. Like, I think this is a Lani mount, right? Is this a Lani mount? 65k is not that bad, actually. With Lovebird. Sky Golem. You know, I never got the bike. I feel like I should just get the bike. They're so cheap. I also never got the turbocharged flying machine. This still needs Angie. That is so annoying. Okay, yeah, no Rooster. I don't think you can be sold in the auction house. I had no idea. I was thinking maybe. It said it's 3 million gold, but I guess it's not people really selling it. It's people selling probably in like services or whatever, isn't it? Or trade. But yeah. Yeah, it's on the AH all the time on EU. Rooster, is it actually? Get a code from a seller. Is it AH or is it like a sell thing? Probably a sell thing, but I didn't know Rooster can be put in the auction house. Wow, Rooster mount. What is it called? Magic Rooster Egg. Wow, magic rooster egg. AH question mark? Wow, can magic rooster egg be put on auction house? Yes, magic rooster egg can be placed in the in-game auction house after being redeemed from the card. So no, it can be sold in game. No, it can be sold in game. Yeah, you can get it for gold. Gold cap, basically. How to sell multi-gold cap items like magic rooster. Does the Alani mount? Yeah, I might get the Alani mount. It's like the one Pandaria. Or did I get the Alani mount? Hold on, now I actually gotta double check. Was the Alani mount something you could just buy on Remix? Did I get it? I might have already got it actually, without thinking about it. Was that a Remix mount? I forget. I need to double check. But boys, thank you all so much for coming by. Appreciate you. You guys are wonderful, beautiful, super fun hanging out with every single one of you. We are going to be doing more duels next week, like I said. But yo, you guys have a wonderful evening. Wonderful time until 11/2. We're going to be back Tuesday for the patch launch, which is probably going to be laggy and probably going to cause a lot of issues. And it's probably going to be very delayed, but we're still going to be there for a day one. Alrighty, boys? Alrighty. You guys have a good one. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys, all of you, in the next stream. Alrighty, boys. Peace. Enjoy your weekend.